Yeah.
And
I was just like, I'm there for an hour. I've never done that before.
Yeah, it's a weird thing.
Yeah.
Like, some people just aren't used to it.
But I can sit and watch a YouTube video for an hour or watch a stream for 3 hours. But to do a podcast, I couldn't.
Because it's not your thing.
I watched Joe Budden for like an hour or something like that.
Yeah.
I watched Joe Budden podcast.
Oh yeah, of course.
I watched you know the one you guys did with Sean,
The comedian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I met him at some YouTube video thing we were all doing, and then we saw that he was on your thing, and that was like the first time.
It's mad that. So I really think nobody be listening, and then sometimes I hear where people say, "Oh, I watched the episode. Oh, I've seen your pod. I've seen your." Because again, I look at the numbers and I be like, the numbers aren't probably as big as I'd want them to be. Yeah. But then you would meet people and they be like, oh, I've seen that episode. Oh, I've seen
even
this.
When it's
that,
only like if they've seen this episode and that episode, like they might not watch consistently. It feels good when you hear that bit of like,
oh. Yeah, some people have watched different episodes. Like you watched the one with Sean, you watched the one with the three of us.
Nah, I missed Dave,
that one blew up. The one.
Shout out Fortune.
You missed for David, yeah?
So much.
He's so comedic, isn't he?
That's so funny to just laugh at.
He's so unintentionally funny.
And the reason why I like him because he's just like our friend Matthew. Like Matthew is not funny at all, but he's the most hilarious person I ever meet because he's just him.
Yeah. Call him the glitch.
Yeah, and Dave leans into it. Yeah. And like Dave sometimes is like you lean into it, and I'm just like this guy is so silly. Nah, shout out Dave. And you watched one with Fortune as well. I think that one, the
classic episode.
People that do anything within the scene, a lot of people tuned into that one.
Because you guys talked about the.
Did you feel away?
About the one actually, I've actually done events this year, so I wasn't actually too pressed.
You wasn't too pressed.
I got invited to like some movie premieres this year. So this year is the only year that I've really been starting to do stuff.
And you were saying you're pushing the social thing as well.
Yeah, but the Warner event, I actually didn't even feel away. It was more just like, how the fuck did you get there? Type, do you know that type of way? Like,
I'm not doing this conversation again.
You know when you're tapping through, you're like, you're going through all the stories, like, okay, I know I'm bigger than this person. Like, you know what I mean?
Don't kill me. We've already had that conversation. No, shout out to you man for pulling up though. I appreciate it. We always do. Well, straight off the bat, brother, what the hell was that marketing? What was going on? I sent the first one to Deji. Obviously, we knew the person in the first one, and we're like, "Oh, mad."
My goes, "Oh yeah, you know what? Man's claiming straight.
He's out here. Did you know what they call it? High lunch.
No soft lunch.
No soft lunch.
Bam.
And then I was like, "Oh, mad." Obviously, the next day I see another. I was like, "What's going on?"
Yeah, Jordan literally sent it to me. I swear this is the same guy.
I went through the comments looking for an answer, and people are saying, when you find out what's going on, tag me. Me too, I commented. Tag me as well. Because I don't know what's happening right now.
I did, yeah. I went to the first one. I was like, oh, couple goals. All right, cool, come on. Go to the second one. I'm seeing couple goals with the same people. Like, my brain is hurting.
What killed me the most is when his mom commented that she was so happy for him.
Oh my God, my mom commented like, oh, when is the
Bring the
wedding?
mic closer.
Wait, no. Before that, let's give context.
Let's give context to what we're talking about.
Okay, so I had this song called Obsessed that dropped like a couple weeks ago, right? We've been sitting on the song for a hot minute. Mm-hmm. And I was actually getting so sick of like regular music marketing. Like I was getting so sick of just like, oh, link in bio. Oh, y'all are not ready for this one. Oh, spam fire emojis if you want to hear this. I'm like, no one really cares. Facts. Like you have to like, if you want to actually be relevant in this shit, you have to like make people care. So I sat with the team and we're like, all right, we need to do something interesting. I was like, well, what if I just said I had like 2 or 3 girlfriends, right? It was gonna be like 4 girlfriends. We only ended up getting like 2. It was gonna be like a different post every day. So
messy.
We're like, all right, calm, let's do it. So we uploaded the song, had that ready like a month in advance. And I hit up a couple people to do it at first. But they're like, nah. Cause it's, to be fair, it's like a hard sell. Mm-hmm. Like imagine DMing someone like, yo, I know we haven't spoken a minute, but will you be my girlfriend on the gram for like, do you know what I mean?
Some of the pictures were intimate.
Some of the pictures I was looking at this, you could have convinced me.
Bro, I saw rose petals on the bed. I was like,
it was the worst thing because people were sending it to me. Like my friends were sending it to me like, yo, Sam, explain this. And the thing is, Bless had told me like.
But I told you late though, to be
fair. He told me very late. When he explained it to me, I was like, no way, this actually makes sense because it's just like what is happening right now. Yeah. And even I was still thinking like, I might be a bit too far-fetched, but when people were sending it to me, they were like, yo, what is happening? What's Bless doing? Da, da, da. And so much people are like, yo, like, this is crazy. It worked a lot.
Yeah, like bear in mind, like it was like actually tough to do. Like I remember the first, so what had happened was we eventually got NG and EB to do it. They were like, calm, we'll do it. And I was like, okay, I'll link you on Sunday and I'll link you on Monday. But the thing is, we need to make it look like we've been together for months on end.
Yeah.
So NG came over it was literally just like the most impromptu fashion show ever. Like I had my whole wardrobe out and I was like, okay, you wear this hoodie, you wear this. Okay, let's go to the kitchen. Let's go here. Let's go to dinner. I took them out to dinner, everything like that. We didn't even use the dinner pictures, so that vexed me. I spent money on dinner and I didn't even use the so we did that. And I remember we just finished like shooting or whatever. Calm, we were chilling. And I remember one of the boys is like, on the first day you link them, like make sure you just post something on your story just to kind of like, you know.
Soft launch.
Yeah, soft launch. So, NG had my jersey on. I took a picture. I posted on my story. But bear in mind, like, bro, I tell you, my hands were shaking posting it. Like, shaking. Now, bear in mind, I gave probably, like, a couple girls I was actually talking to. I gave them, like, the heads up. Like,
Oh, yeah, you have to.
Oh, yeah, like, oh, buy them. Like,
I think a couple girls I'm talking to.
A couple.
I
hear it. If you're in the streets, be in the streets.
Do you know what? One of the girls actually sent the pictures to, like, oh, how real did these look? And she's like, oh, man, I don't know. But Kai gave him the heads up, like, okay, like this is not.
It's not real.
It's
just
not
so you
real.
know.
Just it's all just a thing. I remember I was chilling with NG. She was like, yeah, put it up, and then put like snooze on it by SZA and everything like that. Posted it, launched my phone across the room. Bro, when I picked it up like 5 minutes later, my phone blown up. Blown up. And then girls are like, not you trying to link me 3 days ago and you have a whole girlfriend. What the hell is going on? You know what I mean? Like,
His responses is even worse because you're still telling them, like, we can still do it on the low. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
He was selling it.
Yeah.
He was selling it for
I was
ages.
You got to stick with the line.
I'm telling you, you have to firm it. And I said it to him when he told me, I go, bro, you know, if you do it, like, for whatever amount of time you're doing it for, you have to commit.
Yeah.
Like, you have to just, if you lose followers, if you lose people wanting to
Lost
talk
a lot
to
of
you,
followers.
bro, firm it. Because it's all for promo.
So wait, you lost a lot of followers. So girls did as well. They saw you with a new girlfriend. Said, unfollow.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not following this
Bro,
thing
like,
anymore.
bro,
Unfollow.
it was crazy. Like I think over that week, I probably lost like 30 followers. Like just as a result. Like
I hear it though, because I remember I saw Margs talking about it with Chucky. They said there's some people that they have on their socials that they'll never talk to, they don't move to, but they enjoy looking at them.
Yeah,
they enjoy the eye candy.
Yeah.
And the minute you post you and your man married,
yeah.
unfollow.
Yeah, because now the content is different.
It's like
It's different content, you know what I mean?
it's not worth it anymore. So
Yeah.
just hit that unfollow button. But
Yeah. So like we did all that, and then eventually posted it. Bear in mind that whole week when I'm posting it, like my numbers are going crazy. Like story views are going crazy because I know what's happening. I know,
You're in group chats.
yeah, I'm in group chat.
I sent it to Deji.
Yeah.
You know what? I didn't even know who you were then.
Exactly. Because that was the whole play. We're like, okay, we need to do something that like people are gonna send it to their people, post it on their private story, put it on their close friends, this, that, third. So like every day I'm touching like 1,000 views on my stories, like just casually, like do you know what I mean? And
Did that reflect in the music?
do you know what it was? Yeah, like off rip, like when I first dropped it, like it actually didn't do as well as I thought it was gonna do, but it was definitely like the biggest video I had done, like over time. Do you know what I'm saying? Like views wise and everything like that. And then we got like OnlyFans girls to like send me like explicit content that I posted on my Instagram as well. But I got in trouble for that anyways. But
Yeah, that's actually look. Like you're saying, marketing seems to be very like you're not ready for this, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Go on a few podcasts. We do appreciate it, but like it seems to be very routine and repetitive to see what that people are doing. That you kind of went for it. Like people love gossipy kind of content as well.
what
They
it
love
is.
things that they could send in their group
Bro,
chats.
people love.
They love mess.
And then, fam, like you said, is this not the same guy that was trying to talk to you 3 days ago?
yeah.
You know, there's actually pages dedicated to that. That women, if they're talking to a man, there's a page where they go post them that says, "Whose boyfriend is this?" Before I can go link them.
Bro,
There's literal pages dedicated. They'll post if you're chatting to someone on Tinder or whatever. They'll say, "Is this anybody's husband?" Before me, I go link them.
Bro, I say I was posted on that page like 50 times. like, yo, who is this
But
guy?
it's a great way because, like you guys said, gossip is the new thing. Like, even though you don't like it, that's what. If you want to make it in some aspects, you got to buy into what the new trend is.
Current
you know,
topics.
that's
I talk
what
about
it
current
is.
affairs because I say this to my friend Ron. I always tell him like, look, there's certain things they just have to incorporate within your conversation, and your content doesn't have to be about that. But there is certain things that you might have to touch on, you might have to incorporate, and that's what's gonna draw the people
Or
in.
even just word things certain ways because you know, like, this is what's gonna.
Exactly, yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, Like, I don't really think this is the worst song ever.
Yeah,
But
Like even I got in trouble for that recently. Not in trouble, but I got a bit of pushback on that recently. I worded an episode title a certain way, but in the episode we actually gave a context where we talked about what happened.
The title?
The WizKid couldn't sell tickets or whatever.
Because you know people are gonna click on that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But obviously we gave a context, but obviously from the outside it was like, oh, you worded it this way to get people in. It's a bit clickbaity. But again, that's how people.
But that's the thing about the internet. Like, if you're in the middle, you don't really cut through. You have to be one side or the other side. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Because you're gonna be a nice guy, you gotta be a nice guy. If you're gonna say that, you gotta say it like straight up.
Because you know what it was? It was like actually a tough realization, and you guys probably went through the same thing. Like, there was a day where I just kind of sat to myself and realized nobody cares. Like, I wish they do. I feel like I make the best music in the country. I feel like I'm this, that. I feel like I'm lit. Nobody cares.
Oh, they don't give a fuck.
They don't care at all. So I'm like, okay, what do I have to do? Let's make them care. Do you know what I mean? That type of way. So that was kind of the start of that.
Sam,
you know?
push that bit down to bring everything up. Cool.
I always say to Deji, I was like, at last, everybody go face their 9 to 5. You think whatever you're doing, people are invested, people care. I will look at that thing, I will send it to Deji, and I'll be let me go get ready, I've worked tomorrow.
Literally.
Because sometimes that's how I get pushback or feedback. I don't deep it too much. Like, before recording, I said sometimes when you get pushback or feedback, it's the people that care about you that probably care more. They're like, why are they saying this about your podcast? Or why are they saying this? Because ultimately, I just think I was like, I'm not that important that someone is actually caring so much about my content or what I do. I just believe ultimately they'll look at it, they'll say what they have to say. They're going back to
keep it pushing.
They're going back to do what they do.
By the time you respond, they're probably in the gym. Like, they've moved on with their day. Like, do you know what I mean?
There's been times where you even forget you posted or tweeted something, and then you go back and like you're like, oh yeah, people are still fighting about this TikTok. People are still commenting on this TikTok. You're like, oh yeah.
There's been times where I've started dialogue, and by the time the person has replied, I don't give a fuck anymore.
Just honestly, like even with the streaming, I have like 2,700 followers on Instagram. So I'm thinking as soon as I start, like, this is gonna be able to. Bro, it's not it. Like, people genuinely don't care. Like, you have to give them reasons to care. You have to put in the consistency, the passion, the determination. You have to be obsessed with it really to want people to want to care.
Literally, like that's even like with the first episode of a podcast, you might get a very high amount of views because all your friends want to listen. Like your first song, everybody's gonna listen. Second, bro, we don't really care.
By the time you do a fourth, fifth song, now you have to start sending to people like, oh yeah, do you remember I'm still doing it?
Like, bro, I'm a rapper by the way.
Like, I still do this. I'm over here. Like,
and proximity is another thing. Like, your friends will come out and support the first one, but the fourth, fifth, those are the outsiders.
That's when you need the outsiders.
Yeah, that's what you need. Because your friends are so used to you, they just think it's you. Like, it's you. Like, we know you do music. Cool. So, but that's where the outsiders are the ones that's gonna just keep you going. When the time you're 5, 6, 7, your friends will be like. Then when they see it goes to the next level, that's when they care again.
That's when they come back.
You're like, yo, like, I have my friend Morris. He thinks this podcast is bigger. Like, he thinks I am killing it. The people he sends me to get on the podcast and get him on the podcast. You should be hosting shows for RT. I'm like, gas. The podcast. This is where you think it is right now.
So, like, just like the other day when we got tagged in that thing, bro. I don't understand who people think we are. Because someone tagged us in something, and like, there's a couple times where people tag us in things, and before I would send it to Jordan. Now I know Jordan's already thinking that. So I'm just like, the fuck is, like who do you think we are? Like,
so sometimes like when your friends then they support at the start, then they support again when you elevate, and when you elevate, because then there's all that work in between for you elevating. They're kind of just like there for the ride, like, he does music. He does music. Now they see you do a feature with like Burner, they're like, what?
That's what I was thinking. I feel like in a wider sense of it too, it's like, okay, like let's say Ireland. Let's take Ireland for a minute, right? Like, Ireland, quote unquote, like, doesn't rate me. Do you know what I mean? In that type of way, right? But if Drake was to go post me, or like I was to get on a song with Dave, everyone on would be like, "That's our boy. That's our guy." Like, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta get like outside love for the people, like your own people, to really start loving you.
You don't, and it doesn't even have to be as far as a Drake feature or whatever, bruv. If you're going somewhere, like, let's say they go to Electric Picnic every year, and now you're Electric Picnic main stage, you're that guy.
Now you're that guy.
Now all of a sudden.
Bro, I've been rating your team.
Bro, that's family from your side.
That's
They start doing D15.
But that's such a negative thing in the community, I feel like. I just feel like people only, in Ireland especially, they only support people when they're up. Like,
is that not everywhere?
I know, but I just feel like some people are very much, especially in Ireland, they're very much like in cliques. Like, I like this person, I like this person, I like this person. Like, when I first got exposed to Dublin, coming from Cavan, I was realizing, like, there are so much amazing artists or singers and stuff, but they don't get any recognition. People don't really care about them. Just like, it's actually really like that. If people don't care about you, anything you're doing, it's not going to work. Like, you really have to push for outside people to get people in here to.
I hear that because there's one artist who I think, I don't want to bait it out, but there's one artist I would say to Deji, I was like, I don't feel like we give the artist enough love. But sometimes I see the stuff he's doing outside, I'm like, yo, this guy is cold.
You can say it's fine.
For some reason I feel like, do we overlook the person? But like, so sometimes it is like, and that's why you have to have that mentality. Nobody cares. You gotta make them care. If it takes me getting Drake on a song to get them to care, that's what I gotta do. No bitching and moaning about it. Just keep going and keep driving.
And also, I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing, just because there was one guy that I know, like, cause I've known him for a while, innit? He dropped music, and because I know him, and what he's saying in the music doesn't align with what I've seen in real life. So it's kind of like, when he's saying certain things, I don't believe you. So I don't rate it as much as, if I didn't know you, I would probably rate this because it sounds good, but because I know you, it just doesn't.
But do you not think you got to call him out? Because like with Bless, like Bless knows I'm one of his biggest critics as well. He sent me a song I don't like, I'm going to say that's not it. Or I'll tell him, that's it. So I feel like you got to be able to say it to your friends too, because he was send something to me and straight up, I'm not going to lie, this isn't a good song. And he takes it in, he might change some things, he might not change it because it's my personal opinion. 10 other people might say it's hard, but I'm going to tell the truth to you.
Yeah, well, no friends like that's why.
Then that's different. It doesn't really care as long as if there's someone in your close group, like you have to be able to say it straight up. Because if you try to drop some, I'm shooting people every day, I'm doing these murders, I'm saying I stop it. But like
my ops are after me.
But you know what it is to that point, your point, right? That was a huge reason as to why we went for the girlfriend thing. Because in that song, I'm like, oh, my new girl obsessed with finesse, my old girl, my next one. So I'm like, the whole hook is about like girls, right? Bro, I can't put out a song like that. And then I'm like, on Instagram, like, see, I'm streaming my new song. Like, of course, I gotta go put together something where I'm like, okay, you see me, I got one girlfriend this day, one girlfriend the next day. And then I got content to match that as well. Do you know what I mean?
You gotta market to the content. And that's why one of the biggest movies this year was Barbie. Yeah, because they marketed to the movie they're releasing. Everybody wears pink. It made more sense, and that's why it blew up. And that used to be a bigger thing, I would say, before the internet, when people actually like were marketing. You see billboards and like, everybody like Star Wars and all them. They did it Star Trek. You wear the costumes. You're going to see Star Wars. Everybody's dressed this way. This is what we're marketing towards the content. And I feel like you did that for this one, because I get it. I get what you're saying. It can be a bit routine and a bit repetitive, and they're doing the same thing. Oh, media run, jump on this podcast, jump on that podcast. Gotta think a bit outside of the box. You got me anyways.
I know, that's what I was trying to do.
Yeah, let me plug in the quick intro here, and then we can talk about some top boys. And I have a quiz for you, man, as well. Okay. I have 2 quizzes today. I have a quiz for you guys. Anyways, we are here. We are charged, and we are the podcast with the highest level of analysis the culture needs. I'm Uncle J, but you mans call me Jordan, and I'm here with...
You know, it's your girl's favorite voice, Big Deji, nigga with the Midas touch.
That's my dog.
Anyways, guys, as you know, make sure you like, share, subscribe. If you're listening on any of the audio-only platforms, please leave a review. It helps with the algorithms and stuff, helps other people find us and, get bigger and better artists and rappers and just people in general. We got some merch. We got some sexy merch. The quality is crazy. It's fucking beautiful. It's affordable. We got 25 euros for the white tees, 40 euros for the hoodies, 10 euros for the tote bags, or you can get the clean sweep for 70 euros in out, boom, bada boom, bada bing. By this time
I'm 30.
Oh shit, yeah.
Happy birthday to me. Yeah.
Today? No. By the time
this episode comes out.
Oh, right. Damn. I was on it.
I'll have my party, but we'll talk about that when it happens, I guess.
Yeah.
Are you 29?
29, yeah.
Bro, that's an old last man right there.
I want to get, how old are you?
28.
You guys should be having wife and kids, mortgage down.
You know what it is? I'm like an old 29 because I'm like married, have a mortgage.
Oh, word.
Yeah, so I'm an kids 29. It's not yet. Soon.
Amen.
Inshallah.
Soon. So the Deji is like on the street. He says
you're young. 29.
Yeah,
bro.
28.
Bro, wait, hold on. Also, just so you know, 28, my birthday is already come and gone. He's 29, but his birthday's not here.
I'm like a year and a half older than him.
Bro, it's 2 years, bro.
2 years older than him.
2.5 years. Right. Let's do it. I have a quick quiz for you guys. The last people on last week's episode, the Santanas, they did poorly.
Oh, they flopped.
I made a question. Was it hard for them? Being
No,
20 years
to
old?
be fair, some of the questions were hard. I'm not going to lie.
I did make it hard because it's two of them. I thought two brains, one person will know.
We're good.
So this one's also semi-hard because it's two of you. Pause.
Hey.
That's it. Right. First question. Beverly Hills is famously represented by what 5-digit postcode? Oh, you have one life.
Oh, that's easy.
90210.
That's easy.
Bro.
I started easy on this one.
Bro.
See, you didn't know. You didn't know.
Come on,
You didn't
bro.
know.
No, I do it. I just have that thing.
Wait, 90210. I rewatched that shit. That shit still slaps today.
You watched the show, yeah?
What?
Come
I
on.
rewatched it like a year ago.
I don't remember fully because it used to be Kenna and Steve just watching it, and I'd just be there sitting there. But I used to love that show.
You have one lifeline. Your lifeline is ask Deji. Deji doesn't know the questions.
You ask him. Okay.
He doesn't know the questions.
How many lives? Like, so if we get one wrong, we're out, or is it?
No. Just
Oh, okay.
answer. You just
So
get.
that was a lifeline.
Yeah, you have 0 or 5. Finish the lyrics.
I got this.
I'll swing my arm in a figure of A, or I won't stop till whole clip empty. Them boy ain't nothing but pagans. I can see why them boy love envy. Finish the
Put it
lyrics.
in the Prada Gucci. I might just offend my.
That's it. I actually didn't know how you're going because I know everything, but I couldn't think of the lyrics.
I was lost there. You had me on these first two.
I was listening to the song yesterday. Yesterday.
I only put that because I was listening on the way. I had a different question for finish the lyrics. I was like, let's incorporate some Irish content in that. That's good. How many followers does Kai Sanat have on Twitch? As of today, I checked today, so I don't know.
6.5 million.
7.1, but I would have given it to you if you said 7.
Because it was 6.5 million like 2 weeks ago. That's
I just checked today.
Okay,
I was like, yes. You like basketball?
Yes.
I've seen you like basketball. I've seen you play.
No, let me take this one.
You know this one as well?
Yeah,
You like
yeah,
basketball?
yeah.
All right, it's a sports question. Can you name 2 of the 3 players that have won both NBA MVP and Defensive Player of the Year in the same season?
Michael Jordan and Hakeem Olajuwon.
You said 3.
You can name this third one if you want. But you got 2.
Giannis.
Yeah, I was going to say Giannis.
That's the 3. Damn.
No,
I thought I was going to be hard.
I wasn't sure of Joel, but Giannis, I know Giannis.
Yeah, it's Giannis, Jordan, and Hakeem.
Yeah.
Final question. This one's a bit hard. What year did they break down the Berlin Wall?
Fucking
Berlin Wall.
What the fuck?
History.
1902?
No.
Okay.
It's way too.
Yeah, is it?
1903?
Wait, it's either that or 1958.
No, it's 1989.
Okay.
You remember?
Well, you got 4 out of 5. That was good.
What?
You know what? Yeah, Jordan. Sometimes with these quizzes,
3 out of 5. 3 out of
he
5.
throws in the most random shit.
Nah, I could have got 5 out of 5 there. I should
Kai
have got 5 out
Sanat,
of 5.
7. I only checked today. It said 7.1 today. If I'm wrong, then charge it. But yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I'll take that.
You guys did well.
I don't like that. I don't like that, but I'll
Someone
take it.
carried the other one. Just saying.
No, I'm saying.
But what's called? What's called? So, what made you decide to want to start like streaming?
Yes.
I don't even know. Actually, I do know. That's a lie. So I was sitting in my room, and I was doing YouTube and stuff, and I was in college in UCD, and I just hated it. Like, I really didn't like what I was doing. I was doing the wrong course, and I was just kind of like, I want to do streaming, because I was watching it, and I was like, this is real fun. Like, this looks real fun, and I feel like it's something I could do. And one day I was getting my hair cut, and the person in front of me started talking, and he showed my barber a picture of a PC. And I was like, oh, yo, bro, like, what's that? And he explained it to me, like, on how to get one. The guy literally took my number. The next day, he sent me a full list, because he asked me what would my budget be if I wanted one. I said probably like 1.3. Sent me a full list of loads of things, and he's like, this is the best starter PC for you. And once I seen that, I was kind of just like, I've been asking God to help me with something, and this just landed in my lap. This has to be a sign of something. Like, I might as well try it, put in my all into it, and if I believe and I keep trying, I keep being consistent, why can't something come out of this? And then that day, I just went for it, started ordering all this stuff. And I met another one of my friends from primary school that I used to know, and then I told him, oh, I actually just got a PC, and he goes, oh, I can build it for you if you want. And I go, what? And he goes, yeah, I build PCs. And he built it for me for free after I bought everything, and it was just there for me. And
my thing on streaming
I just started it.
Like, obviously, remember when YouTube started when we were like 15? It was just you could watch clips of Ronaldinho kick crossbar.
Oh, Jogo
up and
Bonito.
down, Jogo Bonito. Over time, then you started. There was an initial wave of people filming themselves with a camera, walking around vlogging. You're thinking, you look silly. 10 years later, those people are multimillionaires. So then with the streaming, also, I feel like around the same time, streaming was just people like playing video games online. That's what I saw it as, and you get streams to watch matches. But now I'm seeing, you see Speed, you see Kai Cenat, you see Adden Ross, and I was like, I completely missed this wave. And like, how did it get to that? Like, what was it about streaming that you're seeing Kai Cenat say, I'm giving away PS5 and shut down New York?
Like I just feel like it's just because when you actually watch, like I watch so much different streamers. Like I spend a lot of my time watching Twitch, watching Kick, and when you're actually watching it, they're so interesting, and like you're watching them for so long, you actually see what they're like, how they treat people, how they do things. And for someone like Kai, like he's a really great streamer. Like he genuinely can have you sitting there for ages just watching it. And when that New York thing happened, like it's just so crazy how someone from New York can live in a 2-bedroom house with 5 siblings. I was thinking like, why can't I do something like that? Why can't I try and be the first person out of Cavan, out of Ireland to do it, show other younger kids that like, this is something I can do, not to be afraid or ashamed. Because even when I started vlogging, I was scared as crap. When I'm holding my cameras, I'm looking around thinking like, oh, who's looking at me?
Yeah,
do I look stupid? Then I just had hit a thing. It's just like, bro, if I don't do it, I'm not going to make it. Like, it's simple as there's no one day, like, it can happen. A clip can randomly go viral, but the chances of just that happening and that being your whole thing, you actually have to be consistent. You actually have to work and, like, have different plans. So when I started streaming, I definitely underestimated it. Like I thought I'd do so much better than I would until I actually seen, and I realized that you actually need to have commitment, consistency, and starting doing that, making clips. It is definitely a hard thing, but it's such a fun thing to do.
You enjoy it though. That's what's most
I love
important.
doing it. I love.
I'm seeing obviously you see Kai with like Rich Paul. You're seeing him with Offset, and
Rich Paul was so random.
Adele is just calling him in the middle of the street. And I was like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's streaming. Like I was like, I didn't understand the level they are at as streamers until you obviously, like I was saying earlier, until they see you with Drake, until they see you with someone.
Exactly,
so then obviously you probably knew from the ground up how big they are. So I'm like, this streaming thing must be gargantuan because these niggas are actually living life.
Nah, because originally, I think the first time I really saw who Kai like just full stop, I think it was him and with Krishan and Blueface, and I was just kind of threw it away as them man are those things, and then next minute I'm seeing 21 Savage, I'm seeing Rich Paul, I'm seeing Lil Baby, and it's just like you man are. You're on a different level.
Yeah, but what do they do? They just play video games? It's like, what kind of content is it really?
All type of content, talking about the latest things that's happening, video games again, just bringing people on, doing fun things. Like I brought Bless on, and we just done like stupid, funny things with people, calling people, having fun, playing FIFA, and people will join in and actually like be like, it's when I see people there that's actually watching for 4 or 5 hours, I'm like, wow, like you actually spent 4 hours watching me type in, having fun. Like even if it's only 5 people, even if it's only 10 people, 15 people, it still feels amazing knowing that people actually text you, be like, yo, are you being live today? I was like, wow, okay, this is something that is actually working. That's actually like people are watching it. I know it's not as much as I would want, but to even have them amount of people watching, I do, like, it feels good, and it's a fun thing. Like,
can I ask, do you think you have to maybe create a character, like, so for people to keep people engaged, like the way I see Speed, maybe sometimes I'm like,
he's hardly like that 24/7.
Did you see what I mean? And there's have to be like, because I won't lie, though, I did watch when they went camping with Diana Trump. Don't ask why, but I watched that one.
You're married, man.
I watched that one. Should be grand. I watched that one. I watched when they went camping. I was like, let's actually see what this content is about. Yeah. But then I was thinking, I was like, do you feel like you'd have to create a character to sustain? Because sometimes I look at Speed, I'm like, there's no way this is a human being.
Yeah. Sometimes. But not really as much, because like the things that I do and how I talk and the fun stuff I do, that's how I am all the time anyways. But I don't really do crazy things like Speed. Like I don't have the energy that he has is crazy. Like he's on a different level of craziness. But I don't really have to create one, but sometimes you do have to act a certain way or do a certain thing or speak a certain way to keep people engaged, for sure.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? Do you know why I think streaming is so big? Hot take. I think it's replaced like Disney Channel.
What you mean? Like, what you mean?
When we all came up,
I was saying this.
Disney Channel was huge.
Yes.
Hannah Montana, Wizards of Waverly Place. Like everyone was watching it, even if you were saying you weren't watching it in school, you were watching Disney Channel. We all know High School Musical, all that stuff, right? But now I feel like it's not as big because people don't watch TV anymore.
Yeah.
Right? People are on their PlayStations and this and the third. And why streaming is so big and why Kai is a huge fan base and all these guys is that 12 to 18-year-old age gap is like the best age gap. Pause. And out of context, that sounds crazy. Clip it.
I'm so happy because I started looking at it. Yo, bless. I'm down.
It's like so ripe for like people that would actually tune in. Like, because I'm 22. I wouldn't really sit and watch a stream.
Yeah.
I might watch it once and then check in another time and another time. But like, that secondary school age, they'll watch it every single day. The way we used to come home and watch cartoons.
And I was just saying this like 2 days ago to someone. I was like, kids these days don't have TV shows that they can be like, yo, did you used to watch that?
That's an iconic show.
Like, when we talk, we say stuff like, you're Jesse, you're iCarly, Drake and Josh, I was thinking like, these kids are saying octopus or cocoa melon. Like, they don't actually have...
They don't have,
so
that's actually true.
when they go, and as they're growing up, their moms or dads are saying, hey, watch YouTube. So all they know is YouTube, the Netflixes and stuff. So when they get to that 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 gap and they see, oh, streamers, like instead of me just watching the clips, I can watch them doing it live. Because when I've seen stuff happening live and then I'll see clips of it later, it's not as funny when you're actually watching it. So you actually want to be there, seeing the clip, seeing what's happening, seeing the funny things.
That's such a good point because I saw a TikTok of a mom and her kid, like it was playing football and she was just taking the football train, blah, blah, blah. So one day, during the clip, there was the kid is like 6 years old and it's Ronaldo kid, and the kid did the Sue and the kid said speed. So she attaches the kid then attaches the Sui with speed rather than Cristiano Ronaldo because that's
what
probably
I'm saying,
who he's probably seen to do it. Because even to an extent, I've highlighted to Deji, I'm like, we're probably not going to get, we're 28, 29. I was like, we're probably not going to get the 28, 29-year-olds to watch us talk on the pod for an hour. Like, they probably have, like you were saying, they probably have stuff they listen to, stuff they're interested. To get us into their routine is a bit harder. So you have to aim it into maybe the people that just left college and they're starting their 9 to 5s, who are commuting, who are looking for podcasts to listen to. So maybe you target that audience that can grow with you. Because if you try to target 30-year-olds now, they're set in their ways. They know what they like listening to. 100%. They like the podcasts they like listening to. It's harder for you to then break into their routine or break their rota of what podcast to be in. So so it's similar. So I understand what you're saying. It does sound mad, but I get it. You need a certain age group.
I also think it's just the fact of like, it's companionship without companionship. Like you can, it's like you get to hang out with your boys and all of your boys and everybody. They're not your boys, obviously, but you get to hang out with your boys and 1,000 other people at the same time. Like I think that's why mukbangs became so popular. Like just watching somebody eat became stupidly popular. For what reason? Do you get what I'm saying? And then also it's like, all right, cool. I'll have Kai here and I'll be playing game here. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's like it's the same place as well. It's like you have a place where you can go and there's 1,000 people that are just like you, and everybody's in the comments busting jokes. Everyone is doing, everyone's doing this, everyone's doing this, and then also on top of that as well, because they have the money and the access. Like I'm not gonna lie, I'm on TikTok and I'm seeing these niggas are blowing up houses, bro. And it's like that shit is just entertaining to watch. And like as a 15-year-old, bro, people are letting off fireworks anyways. So it's like I would want to do that, but since I can't do it because my mom will kill me. I watch you do it.
Literally.
Like, and I feel like that's just why it's become such a popular thing.
Maybe it's been popular, but it's over the last definitely 2 years for speed onwards. I've noticed how big it is. I'm like, yo, these mans are.
And I think it's just because, like, you remember there was a shift. Like, there was a shift from when we were younger. Like, celebrities and everyone were so far away, but now it's more about like authenticity and like, yo, can I actually relate to you? Can I like? Because it's kind of like a lot of people like probably feel like Kai's their boy. It's like literally, even you go out on the street and someone is chatting to you like they know you, and it's like you feel like you know them because you spent 5 hours a day
just
for
watching
God,
the street.
but it's like it's not really your boy, but it's just, do you get what I'm saying? Like, and you'd be surprised how lonely people are, man.
I feel like even compare celebrities to like our parents' times, to like now times. Like our parents, like would view certain celebrities as like God tier.
Michael Jackson was
Michael Jackson, like
that's not
Will
real.
Smith, like those aren't real people. But nowadays we're kind of like, oh yeah, that's Kai, innit? Like,
that's like
Kai.
he's saying, it's like this is the kid that grew up in a 2-bedroom house in New York and he did this. Why can't I do it? It's the real. It's like I can relate to him. But when you're watching Independence Day and Will Smith is beating aliens, you're like, I can relate to
in
this.
the 90s, no social media. You're like, yo, that's that guy. Like,
now you find out the truth about Will Smith. You're like, my God.
But that is the one thing though. The era that we're in now has just made it's humanized celebrities.
Yeah,
So
for
it's now it's kind of like, bro, that's a loser, man. Like
Yeah.
look at Nicki from what let's say like 2010. Nicki. Now it's kind of you looking at Nicki like you're a bit of a fucking weirdo, you know.
Yeah, you're defending this guy that was like look at
The
your
husband
husband.
beefing
Yeah.
guys in New York. It's like, come
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
man.
Do you get what I mean? It's
That
just,
video killed me of Nicki Minaj's husband. Why are you filming yourself about to commit a crime, announcing you're about to commit a crime?
We're outside.
Like, it's so
I was looking,
stupid.
I was like, this. I understand what people maybe who are like 16, 15, who grew up on the internet, where everything's on the internet, doing that. Full-grown men
This guy's like 44.
filming their crime before the crime is committed. I was like, I was like, grow
you
up,
should
man.
know better.
Like, grow up, man.
Nah, that is fam.
Yeah.
Also, when I realized them man are making bread, them
like
streaming
YouTube,
man,
yeah, they
because
make-
like not even just like kind them, like even the guys are just banging game. Because like sometimes I watch some like gamer streams or whatever, just have it in the background just while I'm doing some shit, and you're just hearing 50. Thanks for the 50. Thanks for the 100. Thanks for the 1,000. Thanks for this. Oh, that's a member for 2 years.
Exactly.
I'm just like, bro.
And the thing is, you guys only know like 2, 3, 4 streamers.
Exactly.
Like, bro, like there's genuinely like if I open my Twitch and you see the people I follow, there's people that I've never even seen once in your life. They make bank, some of them. And it's crazy like how something so simple of just me recording myself playing the games and people watching you can do so well for people. Like,
Because they're getting deals. I've heard this on a podcast. I think it was like Aiden Ross. They're getting deals with specific like
with kick
and
yeah,
all this.
yeah.
I heard that. So
Niggas
like,
are
these
getting
ones
NBA
like
money.
sports contracts.
Yes,
like,
sports contracts.
80 million 2-year deals. That's what?
I-
Come on.
Their content, like I've only seen really his content when he has like Andrew Tate on or Leonard the Plug, and I'm like, all right, so I don't even know what it is really. I'm only starting to understand over the last 2 years. Mainly, I won't like because of speed, how big this streaming
Like
thing is.
it's
So, like,
almost a
fair
thing
play.
of like, you know how people say Project Mbappe? It's almost Project Speed now, or Project Woo Wop, or
play that game,
all
play
them
that
type
game.
of, you know what I mean? Like start talking to that camera. Like
talking,
it is the
like,
type of thing of
Like,
the way of making money is like, or getting fame is so broad now. Before you had your Hollywood, your singing industry, your this, like, but now it's just you have podcasters, you have streamers, you have YouTube. Like it's just getting wider and wider. TikTokers, it's like a lot of things can make you famous, or a lot of things can do well to bring in income. Like it's so crazy how wide.
Yeah, on my
the
TikTok
game
even
is.
yesterday, I watched Love Is Blind, and I think maybe 2 seasons ago there was like girls on there. One of them says she makes 3 times her salary now that she's a content creator or an influencer. Her salary per year was 230K. Before leaving, now she's making 3 times that. I was like,
Insane.
and that's why people say, "Oh, you're going on Love Is Blind at 24." I'm like, they're not going for love, man.
Do you know what?
That love pink.
Do you know I was meant to be on Love Island?
I love this.
Is he joking?
No, I'm being serious. I'm being dead ass.
Explain.
No, like I was actually no. You know this, right?
Oh man, this is
Which season? Which season?
Bro, like
not
the
last
last
year. The one.
Ekin-Su, Gemma, Dami,
Yeah?
Dami.
Dami.
Yeah, I low-key have beef with Dami now as a result.
Black and Irish.
You know what it is? Bro,
There's only one black guy.
bro, like some people are like, oh, I was meant to be on Love Island. No, like I was actually like,
What happened? Talk us through.
Yeah,
it.
talk us through.
cool. So applications open up like January of that year. This is 2022. Someone said this to me. My friend's girlfriend said it to me. Like, oh, you should apply for this. You'd be so good for it. And I was like, nah, not really, not interested, whatever. You know what I mean? Because back then I was so like, oh man, I want to make it a rap. I'm trying to be Nas, like, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, I'm focused on that. Then a few hours later, my brother sent it to me, like, oh man, application's open, just apply for it, innit? So I was with my little brother at the time, and we were like, all right, let's just do it. We filled out the application. We were kind of trolling the answers at the start until they made us like record a video, like a 1-minute video of why you'd be great on the island, and that's when I kind of had the ring light out and was like, yo, this could actually go somewhere.
Like, oh shit, this is
Yeah.
real.
Yeah, this is real. So I did that, boom, sent it away. I thought nothing of it. The next week, we have an exam, but COVID was still kind of a thing back then, so our exams were online. And I was in the middle of a call with my friends during the exam because we were just on calls during the exam, you know,
Allegedly,
you know what I'm saying? So while I'm on call, the thing cuts out. I'm like, bro, what's going on? +44 number. I cut it like 3 or 4 times, right? And then it calls me a 5th time. I'm like, oh, hello? He's like, hi, this is Steven from ITV. I'm just calling about your Love Island application. I was like, oh my God. And my brother was in the room like, oh my God, is that it? And I was like, yeah, what's up? He's like, do you have time to talk now? I was like, no, I'm in the exam. He's like, okay, I'll call you at 5. Can't put the phone down. Rest of the exam. I'm agitated. I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy.
You passed the exam?
He said, I'm about to.
Oh, I passed the exam.
Keep going.
Uh, he calls me back at like 5. He's like, I want to talk about your application. Do you mind if we have like a further interview right now? I was like, yeah, cool, of course. So he just asked me more questions and everything like that. And I'm doing the funny thing. I'm making him laugh. And he's like, how would you like to have an audition with one of our executive producers like next week? I was like, yeah, of course. I called like, I didn't tell like no one. I only told like one other person.
I don't even know at this stage.
Yeah, that he doesn't know. Called the one person. We're screaming on the phone. I'm like, oh my God, this is serious. And then we're calling each other like that whole week, practicing for like Love Island type questions. I got on the call the next week. It's with one of the producers or whatever it is. Great. I'm rizzing her up. I'm just dropping some game. I'm just, because you're treating it like a date or whatever. She's like, okay, if you don't hear back from us, it didn't go well for you. If you hear back from us, it's gone well for you, innit? So, like a week goes by, and I get another email saying, "Oh, would you like another audition with our producers, our executive producers, the top people?" I was like, "Yeah, calm." Had another one, calm, and that went well. Cool. After that, they start sending me all these documentation I need to fill out, my health information, this, that, the third, boom. And then at a certain point, you get appointed like a person. Like a point person from ITV that you can kind of, yeah, like a team leader, someone that you can kind of just text like, oh, hey, I'm not feeling great today, or this, like someone that's taking care of you from ITV or whatever. So her name was Georgia. I still have her know. I have like, bear in mind, everyone that runs Love Island, if you go check the credits, I have their numbers.
Okay. Like
till today, like, you know what I'm saying? So eventually she calls me one morning. She's like, oh, hey, how you doing? I'm like, yeah, I'm great. She's like, do you want to fly to the UK? Like, to like meet the whole team and everything like that. I was like, yeah, of course. Like, wait, yeah, of course. She's like, all right, calm. So then that's when I finally told my parents, because I hadn't even told them at them times. So the day before I was about to fly out, I just kind of sat there and they're like, yo, by the way, I'm going to London tomorrow. Like, why? I'm like, Love Island. And then they were like, they didn't even know what it was. So I had to start showing them what it was. And they're like, oh my God, they were gassed. Like for months on end, like Love Island was the only thing we were talking about in the house, right? So cool. They give you like first class treatment, by the way. Like they had like some Mercedes V-Class.
Oh, so you drove to London as well? You went to London in the end?
No, I went to London.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry, bro, they had a Mercedes V-Class come to my house, pick me up. Guy with like the suit picked me up. Boom, boom, he takes me. He brought me to a hotel. I stayed in the hotel for the night. A driver came in the morning, brought me to the airport. Flew out to London, arrived in London. The guy was holding my name. He's in a suit. I was like, they gave me the special fancy water, everything like that. Calm. They take you for like a health check first. It's like just like a sexual health check first. Calm. Obviously, I'm clean in it, so like, I passed that. Flying colors. And
maybe see that would make sense why they'll be comfortable being in the island because they'll know
because everyone's
clean. Yeah, you would only be here if you're clean. That's cool.
Yeah, everyone's clean. And then I had an audition with like the whole executive team, whatever, boom, boom. And it's kind of the same audition where they just kind of ask you, what's your type? What are you into? All this type of stuff and whatever. And so that was great. Calm, cool. They said, we'll get back to you late April or early May. I'm like, calm. They fly me back. Cool. So it was about a month and a half because this was like in March. So like a month and a half, I'm just waiting. So eventually like late April rolls around. I start texting. I'm like, yo, boom, boom. Like, when do you think you'll know? When do you think you'll know what's happening? They're like, okay, next few days, someone will call you. Still remember the day. I'm in final year of uni. I got my exams the next week. They call me on the Monday of the week before my exams. I pick it up. I'm like, yo, hey. They had like happy music playing in the background. And they're like, oh, hey, Andrew, how you doing? I'm like, yeah, I'm great. They're like, oh, we just want to let you know that you've been selected for Love Island this year. And we want you in as a bombshell. And the plan is for you to come in early June. And I was like, oh my days. And I was gassed. Bro, I felt like I just signed a Premier League contract. I was gassed, bro.
Different feeling.
So that happened. Cool. And I took the call in front of my brother and my dad, and everyone was gassed. Called my mom. She was at work. She FaceTimed me at work. Like, everyone was gassed. Because I'm thinking, like, I don't need this college shit no more. I've gone clear. Calm, cool. But I already knew I was a bombshell, right? So then that week, that's when I finally tell the boys. So I came to the crib and I was like, all right, boys, listen, I'm not gonna be around this summer. They're like, why? I'm like, yo, I got I got all access first class trip to Love Island. And then everyone just started screaming.
No, you said my bay at first, and we were like,
yeah.
What? And then one of the boys like, Love Island, and he goes, yeah. We're like, rah!
Yeah.
We're taking video. We're like,
pop champagne, everything.
We weren't posting it because we didn't want anyone to know. We're thinking like, nah, this is crazy, our boy. Drinking champagne, we gassed.
Yeah.
We're like, he starts telling about the tea.
No. So we're turned up, we're lit, right? Calm. Now, I've done all my exams now. I failed the fuck out of those exams because obviously I didn't study because I was like, oh, I'm going on Love Island, did it? Now, obviously, now I got my degree, so I had to go and, rectify that. So, my manager now, that's when he became my manager because of the Love Island thing. He's like, oh, bro, let's go get your teeth whitened and shit like that. I was like, all right, cool. So we hit up the teeth whitening people like, okay, our boy's going on Love Island. Do you think you could do teeth whitening for free? And we'll just do like a shout out for you. They're like, yeah.
After he comes out of the villa,
we'll do a little shout out, boom, like whatever. I get to a teeth whitening place, bro, and they're treating me like a celebrity. Like, bro, in my head, yeah, this is when like someone was a little feeling in my stomach was like, oh, I wish they didn't do this, like. So they're treating me like a celebrity. Like they have like other patients and other dentists. They're calling them out. Like, come take a picture with him. Come take a picture with him. They're taking pictures with me. And I was like, oh my God, please just do my teeth and let's go. Oh, they're like, oh, this is so exciting. Whatever. Make videos. And like, I made so many promo videos with them. Like, hey, this is Andrew from Love Island. Like, I was just here.
Like, they're probably thinking this guy scammed us because he showed the right documents and stuff. But he could, like, to them, all they know now is this guy played a trick on us. Yeah. Like, and if someone did do that, that's sick. Yeah. Like, it's actually, it would have been so good. No, but the fact that it was true and it didn't happen, damn. Because
these times it wasn't even like 50-50 or something like that. Like, Love Island had sent me the contracts. I'd signed them all. I was on the show as far as everything was going, right? And then I was on Instagram one day and I was like, something feels weird. Cause my brother's running like, oh my God, they're announcing the stars. You know the way they announce the stars, like one post at a time. So they announce the stars, boom, I'm seeing this guy. Damn. Then they're like, yeah. Then I see a black guy in it. I'm already on agitation sets. I'm already like, what the fuck is this guy like? Bro,
why does he have my spot?
You know the thing is like, obviously, I have no beef with Dabby or whatever, but like, I had mental beef with Dabby for the longest time because I read his thing. Irish, scientist.
Oh, you're a scientist as well?
Scientist as well. Do you know what it is, yeah?
They picked the better looking scientist.
And I was like, don't do that. So I'm like, so's kind of booky, you know? So I was like, all right, whatever, cool. I'm not going to think too tough about it. Then the show starts, right? And I'm watching it at home. But I already knew I was a bombshell, so I was like, I'm not tripping too much. Because eventually I'm going to get my call, they're going to fly me out, and I'll be on the show. Cool. Show starts. Everyone in that first week was sending me snaps like, you remind me of Dammy so much. I'm like, why are you telling me this? Stop telling me I remind you of Dammy. Why are you saying I remind you of Dammy? Everyone's like, oh yeah, you're like Dammy, whatever, cool. So a week goes by, I'm not on the show. Calm. 2 weeks go by, I'm not on the show. Stop. I'm a little bit worried. I can't lie. I start hitting up my girl, like, Georgia, like, yo, what's the word? She's like, oh, they're still sorting some things out. You know, you should get a call in the next few days. I was like, all right. You guys said early June, but hey, look, things change, whatever it is, all right? And bear in mind, I'm watching the show on some like, when I'm watching it, I'm not just watching it like a regular person. I'm seeing it like, oh, these are my dogs. Like in Canada, that's my dog. Like these are my mates. Like they're on holidays already, and I'm about to pull up on them just like a few days late. You know. So then, three weeks go by. Yeah, calm, nothing's happening. 4 weeks go by. They start announcing the cast of more people, and I'm like, none of these pictures are me, you know. So then I send her like a long ass message like, yo, Georgia, it's getting kind of late. Like, what's the story? Like, I'm kind of worried. Like, it's kind of hard to just be at home not doing anything because these times I'm just
you can't
at home.
Get a job. You
can't get a job. So all I'm doing is waking up, going to the gym, taking care of my skin, and then watching Love Island. Bro, it was like it was actually a horrible time. So she calls me one day. And I pick up. She's like, oh, hey, how you doing? I'm like, yeah, great. And she was like longing it. She was proper like, how's your family? How's your this? How's your that? I was like, good, it's good. Like, you know.
Get to the fucking point.
So what's happening? She's like, yeah, so I just got back with our island team and they said that they're having trouble like placing you on the season and they don't think you'll actually be on the season.
Dammy was killing it. He was doing so well. It was like one of the main characters.
You get
bro, we have our guy. Bro, we don't need you.
It would be different if Dammy got sent home.
Yeah.
Like, okay, slide the Nick.
Now you're praying against the black and Irish
guy.
Bro,
I swear to God.
Go home, man. Why are you here?
Like, I'm watching it, I'm like, fuck that guy, bro. Why is he so funny?
I know you're at home like, see her, yeah, that's mine.
Bro, I swear.
Who would you move to?
Because I know.
Who was girlfriend number 3 gonna be?
Jordan was. Off rip, it was India, like just off attraction, like you know what I'm saying. But
I like that answer.
Yeah.
I see you. All right, okay. Not a real answer.
This guy is messy, dude.
I'm joking.
So it is. But after a while, I was watching strategically because I'm like, I'm going on soon. So I had Danica, because remember Danica wasn't getting no love for a hot minute. I had Danica because I remember she said like her type was this guy and Anthony Joshua. Now look, I'm not.
I see it, bro.
I'm not Anthony Joshua.
see it, man.
He said, I'm black, he's black.
Yeah, he's black in it. So I'm like, all right, calm. So she might be feeling that. And then I had also Paige, because Paige wasn't getting any love at that time too.
Yeah,
so I
Jax was moving a bit weird.
Yeah, and then I also had Antigone, because Antigone was doing music. So those are my three. I was like, okay, if I come in, I'm just gonna go there because I might be able to relate to her. Because at these times, like Dami and India were like locked in.
So there was no breaking that.
And
just going in to get
everyone
kicked
loved
out.
them. So I was like, I'm not gonna come in and be hated. Like, what's the point of that? Like, so yeah, that was Love Island in a nutshell. I boycotted it ever since. I never watched it.
Never watched it.
What the thing is, why did you just spin it back?
Everyone told me to spin it back.
Put me on a
I
different
know,
season.
but bro, you have to understand. Like, I get what you're saying, spin back, but that's mental hurt as well, because like when he quit his job, he left everything. Like, if you seen the way he was genuinely
He was ready.
getting up, going straight to the gym, going home, eating good, like staying home, watching, strategizing.
But
like,
so
like
much
us,
clothes,
he's probably
man.
getting annoyed at us. We're calling like, yo, Bless, when are you going on? I'm trying to ask you.
That was the worst part. Because I told my other friends. So I told like these guys like I'm going to Love Island. Then I told like my other friends like, oh, like I'm shooting a movie over the summer, so I could be around. So like now my other boys text me like, hey, when are you going to shoot that movie? You keep saying? And I was like, oh man, the director fell, so like we had to push
we had such a
shoot
good plan like for his first thing. We wanted to like we were gonna take his Instagram.
Oh, because you could still run socials
and
that season.
after every episode, we were gonna go live and like break down the episode and see like how was Bless's
did a photo shoot
performance.
with your brother.
Kenneth got a photo shoot with a Wu Band merch on and different stuff, and it was just kind of like it just felt so horrible for him because it wasn't set in stone. It was set in stone. Like everything was 100%. He's just waiting for a call to get his bags packed and go.
Because my thing is, if I spun back, because everyone's like, oh, why don't you do it again? My thing is, if I spun back, then that becomes my life. Because I've already climbed to that peak of the mountain, that becomes like that thing I'm hoping that takes me out of it. When now my mentality is like, I'm going to make it on my own, to the point where Love Island one day is like, oh, you know, see that famous guy, Bless, the rapper, like, oh, we had him and this, that. And then now it's like, your loss type shit.
You become the story to that.
I become, exactly. You know what I mean? Because if I keep spinning back year after year and I don't make it, then I'm like, damn, why didn't they like me this time?
Like it's a different story if they now hit him up and say, oh, yo, Bless, you want to come on? That's fair. But to go through that whole process again, like that's...
But this time you have to like put me on from the start. Like, guarantee I'm starting.
Yeah, that would have been my thing as well when I was thinking about it. I was like, if I was going to go again, it would have been like, I'm not doing it if I'm not a starter.
Yeah, my friend went on.
Are a bit,
Yeah, my friend went on it, and he was supposed to be on that original season as well. And obviously,
my one.
yeah, that one. And then Dami went on it, and again, he was another black and Irish guy.
Yeah.
Someone knocked the door.
Yeah.
Come in. Sorry. Yeah, wrong room. Probably the other room. No problem. Yeah, because he went on it, but then he didn't go, and then he's putting the block back. He went on to the January one, but he went on it as one of the Casa Moors. He eventually got back in the main villa. Like Martin, so it's not like a secret. He was on Love Island, so he eventually got into the main villa, and then he was like, "Yeah, the only thing is, if he was to do it again." At any occasion, you have to be on from the start. Like coming in as the bombshell when people already build their connection.
Bombshell is okay.
Bombshell's okay.
Casa Moore is a place you don't want to be.
Casa Moore is
People don't like you. They don't like you. Because if you're trying to break up relationships that we've loved for the last 6 nights a week for the last couple of weeks, and you're coming and saying, yo, India, what do you want? Everyone be like, fuck this guy. They go find my old pictures, they go flame me. Look at his hair, look at this, you know what I mean?
That's what Martin said. He says Shaq was friends with the boys, and Tanya and Shaq, they liked them together. So you're trying to beef boys with the boys, but they like, we kind of like them. But you're trying to win the girl over, and then the girls are like, we kind of like them. So you're fighting like two battles. You're trying to win the girls over, the boys over, and win the girl.
No one's on your side.
So it's like nobody's, you have to come in, you're better off coming in, breaking a couple. That I was like, not even like that.
Yeah, that season was good TV as well.
Which season? The dummy one.
Oh, sick,
bro.
One of the best ones ever.
One of the best ones.
You were low key.
I can't even
Bro,
lie.
I was so hot,
Like
bro.
how he was honestly so hurtful to see.
Bro,
like,
because everyone banged quick million followers at that season. I was vexed, bro.
I guess we left with like 3.
Bro, I was so vexed, man.
I'm in my room like mad at him. Like, why didn't he take me out the hood yet?
You said I could have been my Ajama. You went on there.
I'm trying to text Dabby like, yo, if you need a new friend, like, let me like,
bro. And then then Dabby comes back and he's like, again, I don't no beef towards Dabby, but obviously he's like my mental villain, like Joe.
Yeah.
But like, he comes back and he's like, oh, like our boy. I remember, I'll never forget, man. Like, because you can't tell anybody. You're not allowed to tell anybody.
Yeah.
The Dammy post comes out. I'm seeing every single black person in Dublin, Ireland that we all know. Oh, one of ours. Boom. Everyone's gassy on there. And I just want to reply to the comments on Instagram like, me too. I'm there too. Just show me the same love. Just give me a minute. Like, and now, like, all I can do is just tell the story. And it's like, you know.
it's such a funny story.
Like, because we all either knew him or knew of him. Like, everybody was close. Because your one day went down 2019. A lot of us probably didn't know of her.
Some people knew of her.
Some people knew of her. But we're like, with Dammy, a lot of us, like, you know, we knew. Like, she was housemates with one of your friends at the time. So it was like, yeah, we know him. So we're like, supported. Could have been you, bro.
Yeah.
But
I remember the day Dammy's pictures came out. And then, like, people started. No, it was Ikenna's picture.
Yeah.
Ikenna came out. And, like, first thing that happens in Love Island, everyone goes to your old shit.
Facts.
And goes and flames you. I remember when Ikenna shit came out, I started archiving half my posts. I was like, nah, that has to go. That's gotta go. That's gotta go. Because the people on Twitter would be like, oh, look at this guy. He's like this. He's like that. I was like, nah, I'm not ready for that.
No, unlucky, man. That was a good story.
Yo, that was a fantastic story.
looking back at it now, it was a blessing in disguise too, because it awakes a new thing in you of like
100%.
Nothing is guaranteed in this life. Like some things can change like this, and he could have had the sad, being depressed, but he looked at us like, bro, I'm sad now. Cool, I'm getting back up and I'm going straight back into it.
Now it's just like part of my story. Like now, it's not something that I like. I've ever looked back and said I wish it happened for me. I'm so glad what happened actually happened, because like I'm actually way happier on what I'm doing now, my journey now, and now it's just a piece of my story that I just tell people. It's like, all right, it's funny, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and also breaking out of that Love Island mold
as a rapper,
for people to take you seriously in music,
it's damn near impossible.
Because we will still see you as an influencer. Yeah, like the lane that Dammy's in, as like it suits a Love Island. Like if you're going to Love Island, that lane is very It directs you.
It makes sense.
Yeah, because that's what we talked about so much. Because like for years, like rap, I'm a huge hip hop fan. I love rap, love music, boom, boom, boom. So like it was always still gonna be the dream, but like Love Island just would have been a stepping point. And one thing we talked about so much was like, it's gonna be really difficult to, especially if you're really popular and really liked. It's gonna be difficult for me to be like, all right, now go stream my music, go support me, go do this. You know what I mean? To break out of that, because you've seen so many people try to do it, and like.
Even Ty, really low-key trying to be like, I've seen some of his interviews. He did that sneaker shop with Craig Mitch. He's like, I think I'm going to try to push the music thing on the back of like what he did with Whitney. And I'm like, I had the same reaction. I was like, it's probably going to be hard to break out of the mold.
Because like your main audience is that. And to try to tell them like, yeah, this is what I do. They're like, oh, we like this. We want this
type. They want to see you post with your girl. They want to see you post with your girl. If I was posting a song, they'd be like, all right.
And now if they break up now, it's like half of it's already split. So it's the type of thing of you have to focus on one thing, because Love Island, as much as you probably can't find love, I'm not here to say you can't. It is a strategic thing as well. You got to know what you're doing, who you're going to bring out on the outside, how you want to portray yourself on the outside. Like,
exactly. That mean they did find love. Like even though it was a strategic thing, I've said it so many times. I've seen him, like that's a path he was trying to go down anyways. He was doing photo shoots. He was trying to go down that path. He went on there, probably strategic, gained followers. He ended up finding love. It looked like they're happy. So it definitely can happen. But a lot of people nowadays go on a thing of, I'm gonna create a new lane, a non-traditional lane for myself.
Because you can even see like, who is it on this Love Island? Zach and Mitch. They're under like crazy backlash right now because they were going to an event that they were invited to, and they're like, yo, we're the most famous people here.
I saw that,
And they were being like, saying some like homophobic stuff, and now like people are canceling them. So it's like you can lose it as quickly as you get it. So you have to be very careful and know who you're being with, having a good team around you as well. So like,
especially with something like Love Island, because like for some certain people on the show, you actually don't have anything to offer, apart from like you're relevant because you're in there and you're on TV. But as soon as you get out there, like, what do you have to offer? Like, let's look at India.
Paige.
Like Paige.
She's just good looking.
She's good looking. But apart from that,
so many people fall off.
Do you know what I'm saying? But when you look at the likes of like, okay, there's India, there's Dami, there's Jordan, there's Wes, there's a bunch of people like it's clear that they had a vision, they know what they're doing, and they provide value outside of just being
the person
that person that's on Love Island.
Or attractive.
Yeah,
because there's always going to be a next attractive person. Yeah, you know what I mean.
But yeah, so like maybe it is a blessing in disguise.
You're blessed.
Because the thing is, actually, where'd the name come from?
Oh, my Nigerian name's Bukolua, so that means blessing of God.
Oh, so
and I was in the shower and I was like, I need a hard rap name, and I was like, all right, blessing it.
So he settled with that.
Nah, it makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah, let's talk about Top Boy.
Bro, I'm so disappointed.
Yeah,
I'm so disappointed.
Why are you guys disappointed?
Because
come on, man.
Like I would have rather you make me wait a year and just do it right. Like
sure.
6 episodes. 6 episodes. Number one, that's the first red flag.
Too short.
Like it's too.
How
Like
much is it usually?
10.
10. It went 10, 8, 6.
Oh,
I feel like
Season 2 was
with what they done with Jamie and killing Jamie off, like it was like
shock value.
It was like, yo, it wasn't
I
even
think
worth
Jamie was
what
my
you guys
favorite
done
character.
wasn't even worth it. It's not even about him being a favorite character. Like when they killed him, I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like they're probably gonna make something
about to
crazy.
pop off.
It's some like for Jamie to die, it's like, yo, this is gonna be. I was like,
It's
oh,
going
that's
to the
it.
carpet, like.
And then with that, who's that Irish guy again?
Yeah.
That came into it.
Barry
Barry, sorry, and they just killed him off like that. Like they could have made something so great into it. Like another 2 seasons of Top Boy could have easily been done.
Yeah, apparently what's called Kano and Shane and Sully, they didn't want to do it anymore. But I felt like there was so much. There's so many places that it could have gone that they actually didn't need to what's called. Because the thing is like, and because I actually watched everything all over again from like the Channel 4 one to essentially
Summer House.
Simi just started watching Summer House now. She's enjoying it.
She only started watching
She never
Summer
watched Top Boy at all.
So she's just started.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But like from watching it again, I actually realized that it's something that they've done where they rush things like what's called Dave's character Modi. When they brought him, why did they kill him so quickly?
Okay, you have to understand about that. Dave is a bag. Like you have to pay Dave to keep him.
Yeah, I know, but the thing is like
I feel like
I understand what you're saying in terms of the character.
With
but I
him,
understand what you're saying
with
in terms
him,
of Dave.
he was literally shock value. Like when they seen him, when he got killed off, I understood. Like
Dave didn't even do much that season.
That's what I'm saying. But Dave brought.
He actually didn't do that
yeah,
much.
but that's what I'm saying. I feel like it was rushed.
Yeah.
Again, do you get what I'm saying? Because like with his character was gold, and it's like he essentially didn't really do much. Like he antagonized Sully, he came out of jail, antagonized Jamie for a bit, took a shot at Sully, and then got killed.
Yeah,
I get what you both are saying. That the character could have been kept for longer, but to his point, for that character to be Dave, because Dave can do 101 other things. So you're keeping him like, I'm turning down this, and this because I'm giving you your time. So you better give me what's worth it. So they're throwing money at Dave, but they can't keep him for
I feel like
longer than a month.
Dave,
it shouldn't have been Dave.
When he got the job, I say he was just like, no, fuck it, this is a cool thing to do. Like I can do a bit of acting on the side, it's a fun thing. But to keep him, you want him full time if you want a full thing.
No, but
and
I hear that.
If you kept him, Jamie wouldn't have been as big.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm just saying that it feels like it's something that is a reoccurring thing they do. They build a story and to just let it go. Like in season 2, there was a whole police investigation.
Bro,
where did it
the
go?
only thing that pissed me off the most. That was the one thing when I was watching season 3, I was like, when are they gonna bring this back? Because I was gassed.
Junkies, yeah?
Do you remember the junkies?
Yeah.
So they end up season 2 with the junkies in the crime scene place, and they got the thing on the wall, and they're like, yo, we got Duchesne, this, that, the third. And I'm thinking, yo, season 3 is about to be hot. Jamie just died. The police are gonna be after him. It's gonna be hot.
That's the end of season 1. Season 2.
Was it the end of season 1?
Yeah, because season 2 they get what's his name? The guy that Ruben,
use the cars
that he insures the cars and whatever.
Oh,
they take him down.
Oh, yeah.
And then Duchesne goes intimidates him. He's like, yo, like you don't want everyone to suffer.
Yeah.
And then he took the charge. But then it's like, okay, that's cool. We give up.
Yeah. Then that was it. They were gone.
Like, come on.
Yeah, that was big.
You get what I'm saying? Like even the Irish guys, you guys built up like he's about. Bro, our introduction to them is yours. You put a head in a box and you stuck a fucking phone in his mouth. You're introducing him to us on smoke.
Like he's not like playing like this is real shit.
Bro died in the nursing home.
He catches one irrelevant body and dies in the nursing home.
Like me personally, if I'm someone big like that, bro, I'm having security, and I'm going to see my dad. You best believe I'm not getting caught like I'm going to visit my dad.
No, the funniest thing to me was episode 6 when Duchesne is running the whole episode, right? he's talking to the guy that's the fixer that's gonna get him out of the place. He's like, yeah, I'm sending 2 security guys with you now. They're gonna be there. They show up and they die immediately.
Yeah,
bro,
and the worst thing is the car's over here and they all run and start shooting. Like
Big ARs.
I thought, and then they're getting shot by a guy that shoot like bang. Like, come on, he's not
like,
even
it's just-
looking. These
it's
guys
just-
are trained killers.
And also, what happened to
That's why I always tell you about Power.
Bro, what
The
happened to
pacing is horrible in
bro?
the shows.
What's
Snowfall
happened to
better,
Deshane's
though.
heart problems?
Every 2 minutes, guys like this,
Bro.
Where he sprinted the whole episode.
My guy was ducking, and he was fine.
I've ran on sore legs before when that adrenaline hits. You know?
No, the
Bro,
thing
this guy is 45.
I know.
the problem wasn't the fact that he ran. Like, I understand adrenaline, but once you stop and you get to your mom's house, bro, grab your chest because there's no way. Like, what's called you have no peace to get out of here. The police are on you differently because you also the way he killed that guy too was, bro. So you're telling me that Deshane, no, not even that one, not even that one. The white guy that he killed
with the frying pan.
yeah. Oh, so you're telling me
yeah.
Deshane is supposed to be this mastermind, and he's supposed to be calm, whatever. He kills this guy unexpected, calm. You leave the body there, and all you do is you pour some bleach and you leave your fingerprints everywhere. How does that make any sense?
Come on, man.
Yeah, that was bad, right? That was
No, no, like I agree with everything you're saying. That's why I'm not talking because everything you're saying is spitting. Because even Part Book 2, I always say this. Sometimes the pacing of these shows, like the slow build. Some people don't like slow builds. They're like, it's taking too long. But as this was the final season, you should have taken your time.
Yeah,
It should have been
should
10.
have
It should have been 10.
it should have taken
If
your
this is the
time.
final
Yeah.
season, it has to be 10.
for sure. Like, if you want a good like drug crime type of show, Snowfall has the best pacing and
Breaking
writing that I've seen.
I think Breaking Bad.
Breaking
has
Bad
the
is
best
one of the
pacing.
best shows I've ever watched. in my
Yeah,
life.
same. I think Breaking Bad's the best pacing because the first 3 episodes they're taking you up there. They're telling you
And it's
stories.
beautiful. Yeah.
And then the last 2, the pacing is
I
just.
tried it. I couldn't do it.
Breaking
Yeah,
Bad
the thing is,
That's
Breaking
why
Bad.
I understand. people that say I couldn't do it.
Tried it.
Listen,
like,
I went back 3 times.
Breaking
Same,
Bad.
same.
I feel like if you find a nice balance between Breaking Bad and like a Power, you hit a nice sweet spot. Like, but Breaking Bad, it takes so long, but once it hits, once it drops,
Because like my boy Joe was always telling me about it because I'd be trying to put him on shows. He's like, nah, I'm not watching anything else you send me unless you watch Breaking Bad. And I was like, you know what, I'll try it. And I was watching it and I really started to get into it. Then I got to season 2 and I was just
bro,
like,
I'm telling you,
You really have to get to
stick
the
with
end
it.
of season 2.
Once you get to season, because the thing is, it goes like this, right? Because he still doesn't know who he is, doesn't know who he is, but once he clocks who he is, it just goes,
Like that scene in when he's talking to his wife,
bro.
and she's like, he's like, who do you think you're talking
Who do you
to?
think
right
you're
now?"
talking to?
I am the one who knocks.
Oh my
When someone
days.
knocks, you think I'm in danger. Please respect me.
Insane.
Nah, Breaking Bad.
But-
Like it is. I don't understand the people because I stopped. Like I went when I started. It was only season 1. I was like, why the hell am I watching this? I came back season 2. I was like, brother, you're not getting me. Season 3, and I watched it all together. I was like, yeah. Like my mother-in-law, I left her. I think it was like one of the days, like a Monday or something. She started season 1. Came back on a Friday. She was done.
Yeah, no, you would.
She was like, I'm done this. She had a week off work, so I can finish, man.
But that's how I
like,
feel
great
about
show.
the way people talk about Breaking Bad, saying it's slow. That's what I feel about Better Call Saul. Anyone try Better Call Saul?
I finished it.
I finished it.
Bro,
Cold.
I think
Is
it's
that
so
worth it?
boring.
No.
It's
Once
so
again,
slow at the start. Oh,
but
so
it's the same thing. It's so slow, but because they need, like, the thing is, right, building characters and building stories to make you understand these characters,
Yeah.
it takes a while. Do you get what I'm
It
saying?
looks
like,
sick.
it does take a while, but once it drops and it's like, okay, you understand, like, it took forever to understand who Walter was and like him being a loser and this.
understanding
and, like,
why
do you get what I'm saying?
he's, like,
And
yeah.
then so now when he finally cracks and loses it, it's like, oh shit, now I get it. Do you get what I'm saying? Whereas with some shows, it's kind of like even let's say with Top Boy now. The Irish guys, I don't really understand them. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like, how do you even have a connect with the Moroccans to kill them and put their heads in
that's
boxes?
what that
Do you get what I'm saying?
really got me. It's like,
It just
I feel like I
made
should have
no
done a
sense.
flashback
Yeah,
or something.
exactly.
Show me
Yeah,
what happened
bro,
there.
Even with 2 significant characters died, and there wasn't even a funeral for one of them.
Jamie had no funeral.
Jamie had no funeral. Lauren had no funeral. Lauren uses crack
Lauren's
twice.
death was so like
It was.
stupid.
I felt like it was just pointless. Like,
Yeah.
Pointless.
like,
off.
and also the other thing about it as well. Yeah, I don't understand why Jack did what she did. It makes no sense. Jack
Yeah,
is
why
not
she
an
stole
idiot.
the food.
She
I
stole
don't
the
understand.
food.
Just to bring it back to that scene,
Just leave.
Because and the thing is, Jack is somebody that it's not that she doesn't understand the consequences.
She knows.
She knew because even in the season before when her sister is chatting to the other man and then they find
Curtis.
Leighton. No, she's chatting to Leighton. and then Leighton, they try to kill Sully when he's burying his friend or whatever, and he's like, you don't know how these things work. They will kill you. They will do this for just chatting. But you know, like you're big in this thing. You know that these guys are gonna kill you, and it's not even like she had a plan.
No, she just took it.
She just said,
She rings Kieran. I need to show you something. And I'm like, are they gonna run off together with it? Are they gonna be their own top boys or something? Like I thought maybe she wanted to take over, just to say, I don't want you selling it no more. Shut up, man. Give them give them the drugs and dip.
That scene that Kieran is hugging his mom, you're like, yeah, it's over, man.
oh yeah.
It's like, I've not seen any affection from you. I don't even know who you are, bro. Yeah. You're just, for me, you're Lauren's boy. Now I'm seeing the scene of you hugging your mom, saying, "I'll be back." Yeah, I was like, yeah, you're going to die.
So obviously he's gonna.
And then the one with Jax, she's sitting on the car. I'm here, bro. I'm here, like, come on.
My days. No,
also, so wait, immigration tried to get you one time.
I didn't just like that.
I'm telling
you know what? He can stay.
Like, just keep him there. Like,
like
I don't know. There was so much. Like when I was watching it, when the episode ended with Sully getting popped, whatever. I sat there and I was just like,
spoiler alert.
I really wasted like 3 dinners on this because I'd eat my dinner while watching it. I was like, this was trash. I could be watching some now.
Even like the way Sully died, I'm fine with that. Duchesne dying, I'm fine with it. It was the manner in which he died, bro. So you got shot in the leg and then you died 2 minutes later. I thought you got shot in the leg.
Shot in the spleen.
I feel like
I thought you got shot in the leg.
The way they set up Duchesne for the last 3 seasons, introducing the heart problem. It would have been so great if it was like that's what he died from, because like all the money in the world, but like your health,
anxiety.
You know what I'm saying? So it would have been nice if he was running and finally all the adrenaline, everything is hard to stop. You know what I mean? And then maybe like Sully's like, oh damn.
Or even like he's mashing some work or something, and then it's like his heart starts hurting, and then he slips, and then. That's how he gets. No, like what's called like. Let's say he's what's called.
Mash your work like
they're gliding.
Oh, I thought you meant like mash your work.
no, like let's say.
What kind of scene are you making?
Bro, man is going, you know. Girl, what's called like. Let's say they're gonna go put in some work or whatever, and they're busting shots and the gunfires, and maybe he has a panic attack and he gets shot that way or something, anything.
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
So much unanswered questions, really.
Yeah, and it's just
so
like
much unanswered
it just feels like
they rushed it.
It was rushed, and
I went into it with the mindset. People already tweeted it's bad. I didn't watch it till like this week until I knew I was recording. So people watched it before. So I went into a mindset of like disappointment and low expectations already because I've already seen the tweets and I've already seen how did it end like that, blah blah. Like again, I was mad at the ending. Maybe we could have been different because the game always wins. If you watch Powers, The Sopranos, every drug story, Breaking Bad, the game always wins. So I'm not mad at the game beating them in the end. But I agree with everything you guys are saying.
Also,
the storylines are just rushed.
Oh my god! So your older brother just dies, and I understand that Aaron didn't want to be in the show anymore. But the only thing that we get is, oh yeah, he's doing marketing in fucking Bournemouth.
Wait, is that the reason why he didn't want to do that?
Because apparently his character had no progression.
Which is true, though.
It was always just like they should have killed him. They should have killed him.
Sully should have killed him, and then Jamie versus Sully.
And then you can kill off Duchesne and Sully and let Jamie be top boy.
Yeah.
To be
fair, Aaron was interested in season 1. He had a girlfriend, all this type of stuff. Well, not interested, but he was like, shit to do.
He had a character.
Season 2, they actually did nothing.
Oh, it was just exam. I have exam.
Like you could have at least got jumped one time or something. Like send this word to Jamie that. Something like they just I don't know.
What killed me is they wanted to make Stefan be a bad man, so they give him cornrows.
Insane, right?
He should have popped Sully right there. Are you crazy?
Even oh my god, the funniest thing. Are you ready to squeeze off a man?
Yeah.
Hey yo.
What man you got done? What man? Like come on.
Like it's just certain things. I just didn't understand the concept. You get the concept of some of the things that was happening. Even like I understand. Okay, that's Jamie's boys. They're gonna bring him up, bro. You're not giving a boy that's never done nothing a strap and like yo hold this.
Guy just starts smoking weed randomly. It's like this guy was the nice guy. I don't know.
Even his girlfriend storyline, I was like, I thought something else would have happened. You get what I'm saying?
He should have killed Sully.
I actually liked one thing I liked, and one thing they did very well is incorporating the idea of safe sex to younger people. Like how they talked about, are you going to get tested? People that like each other are eventually going to do it.
Do you think that's was strategic? Like
Same with the idea of mental health. When Sully, previous season, when Duchesne was telling Sully, he's like, do you ever have like your heart just races really quick? That's them kind of talking to us about anxiety that it happens. So they incorporated that in the previous season, your mental health and anxiety and having heart palpitation. This one, because they give us so much time of like because it was a non-factor storyline. It really didn't matter that Stefan had a girlfriend. It amounted to nothing. But the point was, is like, oh, there are two young people that like each other that are gonna have sex, but they're getting tested. They're using protection and don't believe that boys are safe. They got tested. Get them to show you a test. Talking to the mother, and their mother like saying like, look, be safe. You can talk to me about anything. Right. So I did like how they were like, okay, there is a young demographic also watching this, and they try to give a lesson they gave about mental health previous season.
That felt so awkward to me.
It was, yeah.
No, watching them,
yeah, because they're young.
They're
kids
like,
in it.
no, but like they're like young, but like they look like 15.
Yeah.
So it's like it was so awkward. Like I felt so awkward.
And you know what? Yeah, like even it feels like they were teasing to go one way. Like when Stefan saw Sully and his daughter, I was like, oh shit, he's gonna befriend the daughter, try and find Sully that way. It's like it's just like everything just fell flat, and I felt like, bro, man, we just deserve more, man.
For sure. We did.
And do you feel like that's it? I feel like there has to be something else.
No,
like,
it's
the way I
there
feel
has
like
to be a spin-off.
The way that they wrapped it up, the only spin-off you can give us would be
Jack being the top boy.
Jack doesn't want to be the top boy. That's the whole reason why she stole
what
the drugs.
Spin-off is, man.
It's Stefan, but I don't want to see Stefan, bro.
You know what they should do? They move to Dublin and we do an Irish top boy, innit?
Oh, so what was it called?
Get all the Irish rappers in it. I'll be Deshane.
Do you think you're a top rapper in Ireland right now?
Oh,
before wrap up, no doubt.
Like talent wise, 100%.
Well, okay, if you're talent wise, then what's stopping you from just saying flat out?
I am no.
You have to say that.
Yeah, but it's not even a thing of like, oh, I am, and then like, you know when someone's like, oh, I can make this shot, and like they know they can make the shot. I feel like I am 100%, but it's just a thing of like, I'm just not there in the eyes of the people yet. But I'll be there.
What's the plan with your music? Like, you got EP coming out, projects, or just are we on a single thing for a while?
Yeah, probably just a single thing for a while. I want to go on tour next year, definitely, and I want to. Bro, the thing is, bro, my whole goal is like beyond Ireland type thing. My whole goal has always been global. It's always been like I don't really actually care too much about like oh, I have to be rated here. Like
I hear that and I agree. The goal for everybody is to be global. But the analogy I use is, do you not feel like sometimes you have to conquer home before
100%
conquer globally?
100%. I always equate it to like seeds.
Yeah.
So like you gotta plant your seed here, you gotta plant your seed here, plant your seed here, plant your seed here. You gotta watch them grow.
Yeah.
But and I'll only ever be able to go global once I have the love here. Exactly. And then obviously love in another place, and then obviously go global.
But even in sports, when you watch the Olympics, it's like you have to be the best runner within your country to go represent. Like
you have to be in your.
You have to be like if maybe the internet maybe have changed the game a bit. Maybe some people you can blow more in a different place because of the internet. Maybe it's not the same. That back in the days you had to be nationally recognized before being internationally recognized, especially with music. Maybe you can bypass that. But I always think like, do you now have to conquer home and then?
Do you think we have like if Drake was to come to Ireland, like who do you think he'd bring out, or do you think he would?
I don't think there's any Irish person right now that's on the level that Drake would bring them out. In terms of rappers,
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
If we're doing it like the way that Burna brought people out, it'd have to be J Yellow.
Burna didn't bring people out. That was actually DJ Hamid.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like opening in that kind of a...
No, he's saying like bring like them out, like Drake's on stage.
You know
how he brought J
like mid-show.
Yeah. I don't think there's anybody right now.
Oh, no, I don't...
Right now.
Because because obviously UK has people.
Yeah, obviously they have Stormzy, J Host, he can bring those out. But I don't think we're there yet. At the Tree Arena, we bring someone out and the crowd goes like, "Oh my god!" Like when he brought out J Host, it was crazy.
Why do you think that?
I just think it's still early.
We're just not there yet.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying? Like, because I haven't seen an Irish act. Obviously, I'm ignorant. I don't know, but I haven't seen like until we have our own acts doing the different like the Vicar Streets, the what's the other place?
Olympia,
Three Arena, all that kind of shit. Like I feel like everybody kind of likes each other and shit like that. But how many people are actually fans of each other? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, how many people it's like, oh no, that guy has a proper following and he's successful off music alone, just in Ireland.
Do you think we're too small for people to be fans of people?
I always think this.
Do you think
the proximity kills us?
Yeah, because if it's hard for me to say I want to be a fan of someone else when like everyone knows that person. Yeah. And then you just look like a dick rider, or you look like something like that.
You look like you're begging it.
Yeah.
Like if I say, oh, this podcast is cool, this episode was cool, people will be like, oh, you look like a dick rider. Because the same guy, I'll see him at the party and they're like, oh, why you dick? Like,
I think people are looking at your minimizing what Ireland is, because the thing is, if you're trying to be a fan of, if your only fans are people that are in the scene, you're never gonna get there. But
Exactly.
like, for you to sell out one of those stadiums, you're gonna have to get a random 13-year-old kid from fucking Galway.
that's what I
Do you get what I'm saying? And those are the people that like we were saying. 28-year-old that knows us, that's like, oh, that's bro.
good.
I've talked to Deji a million times.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Do you think what I'm saying is like, do you think that mentality is maybe bred and then trickled on down to
That's
like
what I was
not to
saying.
be a fan of like our own?
That's
type
what I was
thing.
saying.
Like
You
we'll easily ride out, like everyone in Ireland loves Dave. Every single like person, like we ride out for Dave, boom, boom, boom. But like if someone in our space was trying to get to that level, it's like it just. I feel like because our country's so small, it just breeds a lot of headbutting.
I hear what you're saying, and in terms of trickling down, an example I can give is like I have a 14-year-old sister.
Yeah.
There's a generation gap between us. She, when she saw AV9 were on the pod, that still gassed her. So there wasn't like, she wasn't like a thing of like, it's bred down to her not to be, because she's from Balbriggan and AV9 from Balbriggan.
Yeah.
And the other day she was in my house and we were playing music, Irish music for her. She's like, oh, Afros that's kind of leng, you know. But that's probably wouldn't be said if we like in proximity. You wouldn't be like, oh, you'd just be like, yeah, that's Jordan and Deji. But maybe for her being 14, looking at the officers, like I could be in an event and I see Safo and I see officers, so I'm kind of like, oh, they're cool, but not to get gassed about. But the younger ones, they tend to be a bit more gassed at their age now. So we'll see when they get older if they see the proximity thing affects them as well.
I just feel like I was saying earlier, with the sense of not like people are very hard to support people in Ireland when each other like this. Not really done as much as it is like with the sense of fans. Like people are almost embarrassed to be fans of people.
I see that. I do see that.
I still think you
100%.
guys. I still think you guys are just minimalizing it to just
Maybe
the black people.
Exactly.
But you can't break Ireland with just black people anyway.
But why haven't we had anyone like UK rappers have broken the UK? And but what I think is because of size. Because like the UK is, how many people in the UK? 100 million.
Probably 60 to 100.
So yeah, let's say 60
UK.
million. Like that's a lot of people you can reach, right? Whereas here it's like 4 billion, and I feel like that's why we don't have anyone on the level of like I feel like once an Irish rapper
Black
gets,
or in general.
no, just like in general.
But we've had U2. We've had
That's
the
like
script.
okay.
We've had
That's like white people can like that.
That's what I mean.
So
That's what
like
I mean,
urban,
like,
like that's so urban, like
Yeah,
you know what I'm
okay.
saying? I don't think we haven't had anyone like urban. Like, there's no one in Ireland that could get on a song with that.
I hear you.
Yeah, okay, but this is
with
the
only
thing.
like Soleil did Love Tonight 4 years ago, 2019. Give me your
Yeah, I know
love
that song,
That's
yeah.
like 4 years ago. Travis and Els are charting and Cello are charting within the last 12 months.
Yeah.
So we are still
Even
quite early in terms of like breaking
bro,
out of
even
the.
think about Hair Squad as well.
Yeah.
Bro, Goldlink's album, Goldlink has their song on his album.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? And also, this is the thing that people always forget. Bro, these man were doing garage, grime,
Wiley.
2004.
Yeah,
Do you get what I'm saying?
They go 20 years in.
Bro, what? Skepta is in his 40s, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Like think about how long that has been. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's kind of like
The scene's only starting.
we're infants. Like if we were to
People hate when we say infancy and you say, but it is
bro,
what it is.
like if our scene was a baby, I don't think we've even opened our eyes yet. Like
Makes sense.
We're
I know
that
what you're
much of a
saying
baby.
now.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like there's people that is like they have fucked with Skepta since they were in secondary school. I mean primary school,
Look what the
secondary
Cat
school.
Like Dragged In came out. Too early 2000s. You see, look what the Cat Dragged
Do
In.
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I just feel like, I don't know, I kind of look at us as Toronto or Canada to like the UK's America. I always feel like, I don't think we'll have like a,
Okay.
like I don't think we'll
That's
be
a good
like,
analogy.
I don't think we'll be like the global pushers of things. I think we'll have certain people doing certain things from our space in whatever the space is, but I don't think it'll be like Irish thing at the forefront, the way the UK thing's at the forefront. I think Ireland, we're Canada. And I think that's what we can be at our peak. I would love to see us I'd love to get proven wrong, but that's just what I think it looks
Makes
like.
sense because the Weeknd, Drake, maybe
Tory
Tory
Lanez,
Lanez, Canadians,
Justin
really
Bieber.
their audience. Yeah,
but
I see the analogy. I see the
but
comparison.
But you guys are forgetting that the reason why you're so up on UK music is because we're so close to them. We're not close to Canada. How many like Canada? The Canadians probably have a popping scene, and they have their Dave, they have their everybody. But because you're not aware of that, like you're focused on the 0.01% that have made it out of Canada, and you think that's the Canadian scene, but it really isn't.
Yeah, like we'll have a scene. Like I feel like we have a scene now, like definitely for sure. I mean that's growing, but my always thing is I just wonder how big it can get to.
I don't think there's a cap. Do you know what I'm saying?
I feel like there's a cap, but you don't feel like there's a cap.
I don't think there's a cap just because everybody gets their time. Everyone gets their shine. You get what I'm saying? Like if we go 10, 15 years ago, where every time the Americans got, the English rappers and shit got an American feature, it always one of those, just like it's a throwaway verse. It's not really, they weren't really fucking with them. Yeah. But now Drake's come over, this person will come over, like they're taking them seriously now. Yeah. You can even see American YouTubers and all these people reacting to English songs, all this kind of stuff.
Song this year. Rap song.
Yeah.
Like, and that's a UK song, bigger than all the American songs.
So
by numbers or just
by numbers? It's the biggest song.
So like, I feel like everyone gets their time. Do you get what I'm saying? And like, if you're not in the culture, you're not tapped in, you might feel like that scene is not really popping like that, but it might be. You're just not tapped into it. Do you get what I'm saying?
Like you said with the Canada thing, like I would never thought about it, like they probably have their own.
Probably have people touring around Canada doing arenas, doing things, but we probably don't know of them or heard of them.
Yeah, because and also this is the thing. How many people come? Like those Canadians have probably been in the UK. They might have even been in Ireland. You just don't know about it because it's not what you're focused on. Do you know what I'm saying? Like how many people would have probably seen Central? People would have probably walked right past Central C 2 years ago, and he would have been performing here, there, everywhere, but they didn't know who he was. Then oh shit, who's this guy? Now all of a sudden, we're up on the UK scene, bro. Do you get
what do you think it's capped though? Just pure population, mere population?
Yeah,
I understand that too with the population because it's even the type of thing of like if there is 6 million people in Ireland, let's just say I don't know the exact figures, like 4.5 or something. Like 2 million of them people are older men and women, so you have to take them out of the equation already. Then now you have to say maybe people in their 30s and 27s that already have their artists that they've been growing up on, so that brings it down to another 1.5 million. Then you're only stuck on that. Then you have to differentiate between the race, the age gap of them people,
That's
so
why you have to. That's what
it chops it down so much.
If you have to transcend. You have to transcend your community and your ethnicity. You just have to. I'd actually to that point. I'd love to know the number of pure Irish acts, regardless of race, that actually sell out to Tree Arena. Because when I was saying, I could think of like Westlife.
Because it's all like
U2.
Everyone, all the ones that sell out the Tree Arena and do those big shows are like.
Who's the last big Irish musician to pop internationally? And regardless of race and gender. Regardless.
It'd be like The Script.
The Script?
Versatile's not on the level of The Script.
No way.
But we're just talking about selling out the Tree Arena.
They didn't sell out the Tree Arena.
Oh, I don't know.
So like that's what I'm saying. Like even in that, if we just say pure
who's that
music,
other dead group? The one Westlife.
But they've been around for 20, 30
I said, who's that other dead group?
I didn't even say. Yeah. I didn't even mean
no, they've been around for 30 years.
Yeah.
I'm talking within the last
The Script.
decade. They even like I think The Script are even longer than a decade. I'm talking within the last 10 years. What Irish act in music has transcended like just Ireland?
I don't
with the music.
I don't think
that's why I don't think we have. That's why I really be thinking like.
But also, I do feel like with your point, breaking down numbers and everything, I get that. But you're also forgetting that like Irish people emigrate everywhere. Do you get what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like
True,
when like let's say there's someone you've grown up with, they decide to move at 25, they still follow everybody here. They still so if they're a fan of you, they're gonna go over there. And they're still going to be a fan of you. And then maybe share, like, driving in the car, who's that? Shazam. And then that's how you start getting fans other places. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I don't feel like it can get capped.
Yeah.
Because the internet has made the world so small and so many people speak English. And I feel like our accents are...
That's I didn't want to say that, but that's like another part why I think it can be capped.
No, say it. What you think about our accents?
That's a controversial thing.
No, we just parted.
This guy's worried about controversy now.
We just parted.
Controversy no time.
But the thing is, I feel like people get used to accents though.
I think I don't know. I feel like our accent is a cap too. Like there's certain people I can't really listen to. Like Irish people, Irish rappers.
I don't know who said it initially ages ago. Maybe it was you said because from the Irish accent no, it wasn't you. Sorry. So one of my friends was like the Irish accent in rap they just can't
oh, that was me.
They can't get it.
Sometimes I feel like Cello is the first person I've seen that I've seen do it. That I'm like I like the way
I like Cello.
Yeah,
I like Cello.
I love
Cello makes great music. I think Cello's great. I can get into Cello. I've listened to his tape. But there's other people.
I love the caveats. I love it.
That's why I feel like maybe some Americans are for like if you go on Academics' page when he posted American person, like Americans are always like, I can't fuck with the accent, I can't read the accent.
Exactly. They did that about the UK accent. They fix up, look sharp. Like they used to make fun of Dizzy Rascal.
And that's why I say it's a time thing. Do you get what I'm saying? Like because after a while, like Dave hasn't changed his accent.
But you know what the thing is? Why I think we have a cap is because we're so close to the UK, we're like their little brother. So if like for people, like, I think the UK accent will be pushed way, way, way more, and that people will get into that. And then you'd almost have to like peek behind the curtain to get into Irish accent.
I don't think so, you know. Because
because our cultures are literally the same.
But you can say that about, like, have you heard Australian drill?
Nah.
Hard.
Yeah. I'd say so.
Hard.
I just started listening to French drill.
I just started listening to Swedish drill. It's tough.
The thing is, what's called, bro, like, because the accent thing, I hear it, but I look at it like, okay, there's America that are in the forefront, then, and probably like 10 years behind them ish is the UK, and then probably like we're like 15 years behind the UK. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So 10, 15 years ago, the English people were rapping in American accents to try, but then after a while you say, fuck that, this is us, this is who we are, you fuck with us or you don't fuck with us. You get what I'm saying? And people fuck with authenticity. So eventually, if the music is good enough and there's enough hype, people will get over it.
But what I think is they had a sound to go with their accent. Like, so when the UK people were like, oh man, I can't rap on these Tupac and Biggie beats and that. Like, okay, let's do garage, let's do grime, and then their accent was suiting our sound. We don't have an accent that suits our sound. So now we're rapping on drill. I would rather listen to a UK guy spit on drill.
It's what the Santanas were saying earlier, innit? It's like we're still finding that identity of what's also, if you hear that music, like you're saying, we're still doing like drill and like our accent on maybe a drill thing. Yeah. So it's kind of not translating because we're trying to identify what our sound was. Yeah. That's a good point.
And then they change the accent to it. And then it's just kind of like you're becoming them.
But once again, I also think it's one of them situations where look how long it took the UK to get to where they are.
For sure.
So we're comparing ourselves to somebody that is 15, 20 years older than us. For sure. It doesn't make sense. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I get that.
Eventually, like, now I'm starting to know people that are actually producing their own beats and they're doing this and they're doing this and they're doing this. So eventually, after time, there's gonna be more, and we're gonna figure out our sound. We're gonna figure out who we are. We're gonna figure out what we are.
Like you said, though, it's the type of thing of, even though you're saying that you hope someone proves you wrong.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I really do wonder, like, if we'll, like, I want to be like 40, 50 years old. Made it in music, obviously, myself. You know what I'm saying? But like, there's now a kid out there who's on a global thing doing an Irish accent. Yeah. Like, I would love to, that's my question. I wonder, can it be done?
And I would say this,
I hope so, yeah.
The reality is, and people maybe don't want to hear it, the beneficiary are the people, like when you're 40 and the 20-year-old, when we've done all the groundwork and we've discovered the identity, we've discovered the sound, and they come in, they are probably, like, I've said this a million times, Wiley made the sound, discovered the sound. Dave lives off $1 million of that sound. Exactly. There's like 20. Skepta's 41. Dave is like 25. Yeah. So there's like 15 years between them. So the reality is, there's like a 4-year-old out there right now
who could probably
that's probably going to be the superstar.
Yeah.
And that's what people don't want to admit to themselves because we want it to be us. And I hope to God it's us. I hope Charge It eats, and I hope everything. I hope humans eat every year. I hope so. But the reality is, it's probably a 5-year-old out somewhere in Blanche. It's gonna be him.
Falling off a chair right
It's gonna be him.
Because the thing is, like, for a lot of us, we like there was no path paved for us.
Yeah, really and truly, you guys are the first generation of people really
Irish potters.
Like, of other people, you're literally setting the way of a 12-year-old guy or girl looking at TikTok, seeing this. In 2-3 years' time, they're gonna do it because of you guys. Exactly. So you guys are literally paving the way. You guys
they'll do it better, quicker. They'll have all the information. Exactly. They'll know what works. They know how to work the internet work. Like, what would take us maybe 10 years to do, they'll do it in 2, and they'll do it further and better. Exactly. And you just gotta do the Drake approach and embrace the people coming in and wanting to do it, and put your hands around them and share that information. Because if you don't, Simba tweeted recently. He says, "Fuck that producer, that engineer that wouldn't teach me." And he said, look, if the guy just put his hand around me, I would have said, God bless that guy. I would have been bigging him up. But because he wouldn't do it, fuck him. And you gotta do it.
And that's why Drake is Drake.
Yeah, for real, he embraced everything. Yeah.
You've got to.
That's why I be feeling bad for like old NBA players, man. That's why I feel, because like, you see how much money's in the game right now? They would have been getting like 5-year, $200 million contracts as well. But they were getting like 5-year, $2 million contracts. Like,
they look at Rudy Gobert, they're like,
bro, they be
$210 million for him.
Bro, would you not be vexed? You be heated like.
Shaq told his son, just grab 10 rebounds, you get 100 million. 10 rebounds, 100 million.
I don't want to be that. Because I know I'm a make.
Hey, you might have to be.
I know my thing is going global.
Amen. But are you okay with the fact that you might go global and make a good living, but the next guy might be a superstar.
It's not gonna be bigger than me, bro.
I can't lie to you.
He said, "Ain't nobody bigger."
I can't lie to you, man.
Yeah, but it's just you know what? It's just the nature of life. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because
Yeah.
what's called, like, even look at it, like, we always make the fun of, like, we always make the jokes of, like, bro, the younger generation, man, you might not driving Mercs, Beamers, this and that, bro. Do you know how gassed I was to have my 2002 Volkswagen Golf?
419. That's what
You know what I'm saying? But even,
And use you, man. I'm not trying to that. I'll be honest.
but you get what I mean, like, because what's called, because
no, I
like
hear
we had to go through all of that and do that, and then it's like, okay, you guys have figured out a different way to do it, and it's just like, all right, cool. I have the information of you, and then plus the information that I've just learned here, I can just jump ahead. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's like, I know, okay, wait, so he had this many amount of streams, and he got 100,000 or whatever. I got more than that, so I know I can at least get 100, and then you start going that way. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's just about learning off the mistakes that other people have
That's
made.
the whole point of it. Like all the knowledge we learn in life, it's not really for us. It's for the people. It's for the person next to
Bro,
you.
because what are you gonna do with it when you
You know,
die?
when you have all that knowledge, the only time, even if you're not actively telling people, when people are seeing things, they're like, oh, he has this, he uses that type of mic. They're picking it up subconsciously. So when it's their time to do it, they're already 10 steps ahead of you were. So it makes it so much easier. Like you were saying, you could do it in 10 years, someone else is going to do it in 2.
Yep.
And you just have to suck it up
That's
because
it.
it's
It's
the
life.
name of the game.
Yep.
I'd say,
They stood in the part of the river that was flowing and they collected it.
I say even just like to that point of someone doing it 10, doing it 2. Look at Dave and look at Sench, the same age. Sench is numbers wise bigger than Dave. And has done it in this last 3 years. We've known Dave for the last 8 years.
Yeah.
No, this was like 16 or
You know
something.
what I'm saying? So like,
And then he blew up and locate like obviously then he had massive song, but then you have like Ice Spice and Sench. Again, maybe there are anomalies because they went up, but it's just an example of what can be done in a shorter period of time.
Yeah, because like literally, like even like it took us. It actually just dawned on me. It took us 6 years to get here.
Yeah.
Like we started podcasting in 2017, and obviously we've had on and off periods or whatever. But it literally took us 6 years to get here. Whereas we know people now that are starting podcasts and day one they're here.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So it's kind of like,
are you heated?
No.
Yeah, but that's
Because
the
I
thing.
understand. I understand it from the beginning.
When you
that
have that
people are gonna do it
understanding,
quicker, better.
like of you guys were the start of it. So when people are going to do it now, it's going to be easier. It's going to be easier to find these facilities, to get these microphones, these cameras. You know, when you guys were starting up, you didn't have the luxury of having this, these lights. You guys were probably in your
There's no studio. There's no
in
vision.
your, in your house.
it was no, it was on
You
phones.
had vision,
your
but there was no
phone
vision.
You had a platform, but like you needed the plan. Like everything's there, so it's just
You can't do. You can only limit guests to your friends because you don't want to bring anybody to your mom's house.
Exactly.
They just can't be like, yo, pull up to my mom's gas. You know,
Facts,
like I don't know you. I don't know who you're gonna pull up with. Now you know where I live.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Hey, why you put my pot out? Where are you?
Fam, and God forbid one day you have me. Oh, I have his address.
Yeah.
I hear it though. So like you said, your point was amazing. That 10-year gap's 2 years, and the only thing you can do is charge it to the game.
Just embrace. All you gotta do is embrace them, and they'll love you. If you see a new person at a podcast and they're like, "Yo," and just be like, yo, man, keep going, keep doing your thing." Because I'll tell you what, even though you can be like, basically, there's a Vision Lab day one. What will keep people going is within 2 years, you'll see who does it because they love it, who did it because
Because it was hot.
Exactly.
At the time. I've seen so many people come in and
exactly.
You know
So that's why you don't get heated. It says, "All right, you can do it, but can you keep doing it?"
keep it going.
That's
Like
separate.
the advice you were giving, Sam was today about networking, like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You had to learn that yourself. I say there was a time where you guys said to yourselves, like, look, we need to be outside.
Oh yeah.
Deji was already
That
outside.
conversation literally
We had that conversation like 2 weeks ago.
So no, we need to be outside, and when we are outside, it's the charger boys, like it's definitely my least favorite thing.
100%.
Like to be just constantly be. When people that do it, I
expensive too.
praise them. I was like, yes,
You
you
people
people.
I can't lie.
But I know it's part of the game. I
It's
know we
tough,
have to
yeah.
be seen, so you
It's
have to
tough.
be outside. That's the charger
Whoa,
boys.
what's called? Whose brand is this?
Joseph, Awuban. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 'cause I know, I've been
This
seeing
is
this
my
coach,
boy Joe and Joshua. They both started this brand.
Josh is my manager, by the way.
They started it, I want to say like a year and a half ago. And from the first drop that they ever done, when they explained, like some stuff went on behind the scenes or whatever, I'm not going to go into, but when they explained of how hard it was and the jump that they've done in the past year, like Joe has already been in magazines in the UK, in Manchester, he's out there. He has a heavy following, like there's brands that he was looking at that are texting him now saying like, oh, your brand is sick. So like, yeah, this is him. It's his name spelled backwards. His name is Noabwe, so it's Awuban. That's how he created it.
I came up with that.
You shut up, man.
Tell them man, pull up, man.
Exactly.
Tell them,
Anytime,
yeah.
let them know.
No, shout out to you, man, for pulling up and keep going with the music thing. I like the confidence, and hopefully the work will back it up, and you will go where you want to go. Yeah, keep going with the streaming thing because I'm only discovering streaming in the last 2 years, but I can see that hey, it could be a living. So
I'm not saying this because it's technically fam, but I literally because I subbed just because I was gonna sub just because why the fuck not? But then. Like, bro, I was literally just one day I was just in my car, I was like, and because I get notifications when you pop up when you're online, so I was like, oh, click it. Let me actually see what this shit is about, innit? I thought I was gonna be there for like 5 minutes, bro. Man's got me typing, yo, check this song out, bro.
He's like, I actually remember that thing. Like, oh, react to this. It's him looking like a little kid fighting with the 12-year-olds. Like, what you saying, GC?
Bro, you know what? Like, and the thing is, like, I genuinely had a good time. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it was one of those things where I'm not just watching just because, like, oh yeah, cool, I know him.
The
but
same thing I said about the pod. I can't watch full podcasts, and I was eating my food. I was looking for something, nothing was new, and I seen it. I was like, let me see it because I've been watching the clips. And David, I love that guy. So I'm like, let me see it. Let me see it firsthand. And I genuinely liked it, and I was like, okay, right, this is actually good. Like, you'll sleep on something until you actually look at it and like, it's actually decent. And of course, I was going into it on a biased mindset because I know Deji since I was a baby. I already want to like it, and then when I actually do like it, it's like, wow, okay, this is good. I'll tune in. I'll be watching. Sometimes I might watch 20 minutes, 30 minutes, but it gets fun to actually watch because I'm not just doing it because you're my friend or you're my brother or you're my family. Because I actually enjoy it, and that's the best thing about it.
Ah, that's good. I appreciate you, man. But yeah, everybody get merch, DM us. Shout out you guys.
Man.
Hey, appreciate you having us.
We love it.
You guys are the tastemakers. You guys are like, you know, like 10 years down the line, all your pods when everyone like, because obviously we're all gonna do great big things.
Amen.
They're gonna be going to these clips and clips of what you've done with other people and be like. As like
they said this.
Yeah, it's like an archive library of where you were. I guess.
You're an archive of like the Irish culture as it grew. So when we have a documentary in 20 years when that superstar kid from D15 is blown up, they're going to be going on your clip, clipping me saying no one can ever make it. And then they're like, oh, fuck that guy.
But you know what's crazy to me? You know, obviously we've listened to so much US stuff and UK stuff is like, oh yeah, like, you know, like the old hip hop stories where Swiss Beats would be like, yeah, and we went to this party and I saw this young kid there and it was Kanye and blah, blah. And it's like, I feel like we're in that era now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's why my whole thought process on the cap thing has changed. When you said about the 15, 20 years, I was like, he's actually spitting. We are still children. In this thing, compared because Americans, they're the grandfather. They're the ones looking over, and then you have the English, and you have certain places. And when you said it, I was like, okay, it makes sense because we've obviously had them conversations about the cap because of I was doing the numbers, breaking it down. But when you say it, we are very far behind, regardless of people with their 20Ks, 30Ks, we are still very far behind, and it's only a matter of time when it catches up. We're going to be like
on the episode with Fortune. It's because of that. Some people start to think they're ahead of themselves, but we're not there yet. But we will get there.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense.
You guys got anything to plug?
Anything to plug?
Where can we find you on socials?
You can find me on all my socials with Short Sam.
Oh, I'm Yxngbless.
And go cop
with
some.
X, by the way.
Go cop some Awuban right here.
Yeah,
right there.
And stream. Look, man. I'm trying to make all this music. Stream might take on Spotify. I'm trying to pay my rent in it. I'm trying to start touring and that. So like, if you stream my song, go share it to someone. You know what I'm saying? Go find me on YouTube.
Look, man. Tell a friend.
Talent coming out of Blanche actually.
I'm actually not from Blanche.
Oh, so you just live there?
I'm from Cavan.
Okay.
You know crazy thing about Blanche, yeah? Because I live there. Like. Anytime I meet people from Dublin, where are you from? I'm like, Cavan. Because I don't want to say Blanche. They're like, oh, wow, you from Blanche.
I get you. Bro, I'm even knowing. I don't know who
scared. I don't tell people. I claim Cavan to the death of me.
Like, I'd rather just get the jokes of like, oh, no one knows who you are.
I promise you every single day of the week. Every single day. I've seen it happen. Niggas know that place, Charlie's. I was talking to these two.
You know that place, Charlie?
He's not from here. I was talking to two black guys just there. I don't know, randomly. I just started talking to them, and I was trying to ask them where they're from. These guys were acting quiet, like we're from Black. I was like, why wouldn't you guys tell me? And then they explained it that they had just been jumped the last week for being from. I was like, yeah, I'm from Cavan. Monday to Friday.
Cavan, I'm proud.
All the time. I couldn't let you end the podcast with me saying that. He was like, bro, you're from Black, isn't it? I'm like, nah. You're not Black, boy.
Oh, Yxngbless, yeah, come here. Why are you running? Yeah, I'm from Cavan. Remember, A92, I'm from Cavan. A82, sorry.
A82. Oh, hence the project A82.
Yeah.
What's good? But yeah, nah, boys. We always say like, if you just want to pull up, just want to chat, you have anything to promo, have anything you want to talk to the boys about, just let us know. We do a fuck ton of episodes a year.
Yeah.
We need to fill them out somehow.
I want to say something. I'm not sure if you guys still. You could cut it. Can I have a rum candle?
A rum candle's
gone,
gone.
bro.
I really wanted
It's gone, sis.
Still, go get your arums candle.
Yeah,
on
what's
our page,
that?
man.
Arums candle.
Go
Arums
support
candle.
SE, man.
That
I don't know. Some
Arums
candle on Instagram.
On Instagram.
You'll
Go find
it,
them.
Sean.
I'm coming.
If you man's made it to the end of this pod and you didn't like anything we said today, well, you can charge. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much.
I wanted to say that. Damn.
That was good. That was good.
No problem. Thank you for having me. No problem. Thank you guys.